Eons ago, during the age of the Magi, the world was something other. Magic is all that there was and all that was needed. Legend states that a cataclysmic event brought a great frozen age to the world of Lacrin, and soon after, a new era dawned. Though they say the ancient magics of the Magi still lie buried and lost, scattered around the world, lying in wait for those with the courage to wield it to discover. Welcome to the world of Lacrin and the continent of Thelmecia. Noble knights, roaming orcs, mischievous goblins, and idyllic wondrous lands, just waiting to be explored. Now, a new peril aspires to plunge Thelmecia into despair once more, but not before a few unheard-of heroes take their chance at triumph. Welcome to Tablestory, Darkfire.
Live from Saved by the Bell, it's John Sandman's freshly clean-shaven chin.
Woo! Yeah! I am Drift now, fully.
He's
full
in
character.
He's dressed up for Drift today. You should have painted your face into like you're like a muddy brick color face, aren't you?
Should have put on some horns and really got into it. Gotten some very colorful clothing.
Some demon skin. Is my camera weird? Yes, it is. I'll do this. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Today is Tablestory's Darkfire. It's the beginning and the end, hopefully, of the tournament arc. I say hopefully because if this goes on for like 6 weeks, my God. I don't know.
There's no way.
I don't know how. I honestly don't think it would be possible.
If I win every fight, how many fights is that? 3?
3, yeah.
Please win.
Today
I want so much for you to win.
Is the Rose Guard Autumn Festival Melee Contest, starring Drift the Cursebreaker. Yes, place your bets. Place your bets, everybody. But until we jump in with the contest, we'll say hello to our lovely players, including the fresh-faced John Sandman.
Dude, it was for charity, all right? That's like the good news.
I feel like this is how you looked when I first met you, honestly. Was you not clean shaven?
Yeah. Because I just got done with a charity stream when I first met you.
Yeah. I feel like,
like
it's weird.
2.5 years ago.
You shaved. I saw it on Twitter when I saw the picture. It was well funny when you had the big mustache or whatever.
The mustache looked cool, but
it actually looked quite good. Weirdly enough, I was like, that shouldn't look as effectively good as it does. But
when you clean shave everything else except for like a crazy mustache, it's bound to look like it might. Most people think it looks like a little creepy, but it looks okay.
Sorry, Sequisha. Sorry,
he pulls it off because he like has it shaped perfectly.
Yeah.
He's got a Steve Harvey mustache, man.
Totally.
Yeah,
you couldn't penetrate that with a bullet. Like
that
is some thick upper lip hair.
That shit scares me because when I eat food, the mustache is what ruins my food eating experience all the time.
Yeah.
Like eating food today was the best. Just like a sandwich, just like whatever. Like I felt anything that was on my face, I felt it.
We're back here. How many streams has it been since we last alienated Pumpkinberry with the beard talk?
Oh, I'm here. I'm here with you, Pumpkin.
Yeah.
It feels great. I get it. I get why you don't grow. I get it.
It was for charity though. Congratulations.
It was for charity. Yeah.
Good
Which
job.
is great.
Another person who is lovely and clean shaven today, finally, Pumpkinberry. Good job. Not bad.
Thank you.
Did you shave it for Movember too?
Yes. Actually, I shave it once a week specifically for Rin because I don't really have a beard.
Just for Rin.
On Identity Crisis, you have like a full beard.
Careful, next character I will.
Maybe, yes.
Maybe.
Identity Crisis. We were talking about it, but I don't actually know what is out in the world, and I almost said what we were talking about before the stream.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm allowed. I don't think I'm allowed. I've got inside information. Sucks to be you, chat.
We love you.
Always bringing the chat down.
Hey, look, if I don't attack the chat, it's not a
Seig.
stream with me involved.
That's true.
It doesn't feel right. I feel strange. I won't be able to concentrate. What about you, Wack? You want to shave off your beard today?
No.
No. You're like,
What
me.
about for
There's just
charity,
nothing.
Whack?
Would you?
There's
Would you
there's
for
no
charity?
charity.
Sure.
Yeah? I
Sure.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
All right. So Tablestory charity stream when?
Now. It's now. Like, we're
It's
just
now.
gonna...
You go to Patreon. It's the charity for Tablestory.
Okay. All right.
Really, raise the money.
It's just a
That's
beard. I
the-
mean, it'll grow back in like a week or two. Like, it's not a big deal.
Wait,
The-
can you grow what you have right now in like a couple weeks?
Probably 2 weeks.
Oh, you're such a man.
John, your beard is so much thicker than mine.
Yeah.
How is yours not that fast?
I don't
feel like
know. Maybe it
you
is.
could
Maybe we'll see.
I feel like you could grow the same beard that you had before the charity thing in like 3 days. That's how thick your beard looks.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. There's a lot of time that beard could add hairs, so we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. I'm excited to see how long it takes to grow a beard back.
Do you remember those viral videos where it was like a photo a day? You should do.
Oh, I love those.
I want to see. I
I
want to see
should
your
do
beard.
one of those.
You
Yeah.
should do. I'd like to see how quickly your beard grows.
All right, I dig it.
You should do it.
If I remember it every day, I'll totally do that.
I'll just ping you. Be like, did you take your picture today?
If you do that, I'll do it. I swear to you.
Okay,
What
all
you-
right.
What you
I'm gonna do it.
really need to do is put Bryce as the face, and then your beard that you grow, and just overlay it on his
Overlay.
Oh
face
my god! Oh
For that.
god!
for that time.
Can you do like a
Okay.
face swap type thing with him? And it just, you wouldn't even.
Absolutely, guys. I'm gonna get on all of this as soon as this episode's done.
On Snapchat.
I'm gonna be on it.
Follow John on
On
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Yeah, for sure. I check it once every 4 months. I hate that. I hate Snapchat so much.
I've
It's the,
uninstalled it. It's
Same.
gone.
Yep.
It's
same.
done.
the
It's done.
filters are cool though. I'll give them that. They got some cool filters.
Except now they're all like makeup and adorable eyeballs. They took all the comedy ones away. So what's the fucking point of using you Snapchat if I can't be an old man?
You're
God
right.
damn.
You're right. You got to get an app for that.
You've got to get an app for that.
And Tiger's on a cruise.
So,
Yeah.
I was about to say, Tiger is of course
The
not
best
here.
part was Tiger was like, "I'm gonna try and get the stream going on the cruise." I'm like, "Okay,
There's
Tiger."
no way.
No, you're not.
I texted him this morning and was like, what are you thinking? You in, you out? And he's like,
He's
There-
3 rum and cokes deep right now. Who
I
are we
think
kidding?
I think he barely got the tweet, the text back to me where he was like, "There is no internet on this trip."
Yeah, of course.
There shouldn't be, man. If you're on a
Yeah.
cruise, get away from it all. Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
go enjoy.
I just told him his character
I-
is going to remain passed out on a bench being.
You know what's my favorite thing in the world is when you go to like a dinner, or I went to a live show where we like listened to an album and everyone had to fucking put their phones away in a baggie and lock it up for 3 hours while we listened to an album and just had drinks. And it was the best experience of my, like, just to escape the phone, Twitter.
Here's the thing.
Just
Here's the thing
It's
with
so
that. Like,
nice.
I so agree with you, like in that sense as well. But like, if
Mm-hmm.
there was some sort of emergency situation,
oh yeah, of course.
it would be the worst ever.
It
'Cause,
sucked.
like,
It was.
you'd be like,
It
oh
would suck.
no. Like, that's the thing. Like, the phone has now become like an extension of our body. You know, we're just all cyborgs now, and I'm like, all right, fine. I'm just giving into that. I'm like, this is just an extension of my brain. That's it.
You had it on hand. Look how quick. Everyone has it.
I'm really
Everyone-
I can't
surprised
get it
that
out of my
everyone's
head.
It's not shown us Vector in this whole.
Yeah, what's going on, baby?
I mean, he's woken up. Come here.
Wait, Vector sleeps?
Yes, he does, and he snores.
Guys, she has a oh my god, she has
What's
a
happening
robot.
right now?
I know. I'm totally gonna hack him too, so that he responds to subs and donos and stuff. Right, little man? Oh my god! Look, he also purrs when I pet him. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, I love robots.
This is the weirdest, coolest thing ever. Is this like the holiday
This is
happening
Elmo.
thing to get? This is Elmo.
Yeah. Yes. Probably for people who love robots.
I
Yes.
don't understand what's happening. I don't
We're
understand.
playing D&D. So you just take us away. Sorry, we don't care about Wax Week. Love you, Whack. Can we play now?
We all know. We all know what Wax
I'm
Week
kidding.
is
I love
like.
you, Whack.
Wax spends his week on this channel. We know. We're all caught up.
Literally.
You got to watch everything that we put out on Tablestory, and then you'll just be caught up on Wax life constantly. Be like, oh look, there's this new thing from Tablestory. Whack did it. That's what he was working on when he was off stream, and he was on stream promoting it to you when he was on stream promoting it to you. That's Wax Week. Thanks, Whack. He doesn't do anything else. We don't let him out.
Literally, Whack, you are a DM. You are the DM of all DMs.
He is.
Look at his face right now with that one quirked eyebrow.
Whack is
Yeah.
like the.
He knows.
Whack
Look at
is
that.
like
Somebody
the.
screenshot that, please. I'm making that. Do it.
Whack is like the muscles. He's like the muscles of Tablestory that just
How are
constantly.
you not
like, going.
married, Whack?
He is.
Because all I do is work, John.
Because this is why. Because he's always here.
Because
Well,
I'm a
here.
workaholic.
Someone just paid $10,000 to take a robot's virginity. I mean, you could probably get married to D&D.
Wait, what?
Did you not hear about that? In
No, what? How do I not know this robot story?
in like China,
TB, are you?
they bidded for
Do
it.
you need some money?
What? Oh, to take a robot's virginity? Oh, because you're saying I took the no. Okay, I followed. It took me a second.
Yeah, I swear. Actual story. It's crazy.
Wow.
This world sucks. This world's fucked up.
This is really weird.
Thank God we can go to another world.
Shall we
Yeah,
go to a different
Yes,
world?
yes.
let's
Let's go to a
leave
different
this world for
Or is
3
it a
hours.
different world? Perhaps this is our world, and it was Earth all along. It would be so much easier to do with this game as well. I could be like, yes, you find the Empire State Building at the bottom of the lake.
You just do real shit like all around us.
Yeah. All
You're
along.
at the Hollywood sign.
You find the
And
Hollywood
you
sign.
fall.
It says Hollywood. All right. This episode is brought to you by John Sandman. Get your daily fix of sand from John Sandman at twitch.tv/John Sandman and or youtube.com/user/John Sandman.
TV.
Oh yeah, it's
All
got
right,
TV
I'm not
on it.
paying you the fucking $5 on
dang.
Patreon.
Oh man. So this episode is episode 18, I think. Wow.
Crazy.
Amazing.
It's crazy that we have not taken a week off.
I'm so impressed. Like I literally.
That's actually, I think that's a record for.
I think so.
Well, maybe
too.
not. What about you, Whack? Have you ever had a show that no one ever took a week off?
I
This
mean,
far in?
Or like it made
we
it
almost
through.
did it with Identity Crisis. We only missed one episode
That's
in
not
that
good
entire
enough.
run.
Not good enough. We're gonna beat
I'm
that.
trying to think. Blood and Mist maybe went pretty long without time.
I'm just proud of us.
Probably a while.
I'm proud of us
Do you know?
too.
Here's the thing, though, guys, is that Christmas Day is on a Tuesday this year.
Oh, so we are gonna.
Rip.
So I
There it
was
is.
about to make like a bet, and then I was like, hang on, I think, oh yeah, it's gonna be just me. I'll be here, guys. I'll be here on Christmas Day doing a special Christmas episode of Darkfire because I don't do anything on Christmas Day. Christmas Day is my new favorite day of the year. I was talking to Emma about this because I'm alone and no one makes me do anything. No one speaks to me. No one speaks to me. Emma's gone. Felix won't speak to me and make me do something. My family are busy celebrating Christmas, right?
What do? Do you just play video games by yourself?
Dude, I just do anything the fuck I want, and I fucking
feel
love
like,
it.
I feel like I'm in the same boat, Brad. 'Cause
Dude.
my family can't comprehend. They're like, you're not doing anything.
They can't deal with it.
I'm
yet.
like, no, I'm
I
not.
don't understand. I
Okay.
know.
I feel like this is a disaster because I'm about to say that I also don't do anything for, and that's 3 of the cast.
What the fuck?
Not- let's just-
Christmas is
We're
solid.
on. We are on. We're on. Yes.
What? None of you?
No.
You know what? Tiger probably doesn't do anything like for Christmas
true,
either. He probably
yeah.
just loves chilling.
No.
We'll be on.
I'm the only one who I love
Episode
Christmas. I
confirmed.
love getting all my family together. We fucking do the presents and
Oh,
we
Well, I
have,
yeah.
do a thing on Christmas Eve, so Sector 49 is boned this year.
Damn.
yeah.
Damn. Well,
Can we play?
confirmed
Can we
Christmas
play?
Day episode. I mean, I literally have nothing on. I love it. It's my favorite thing. Even I was saying that one of the best things about it is like it's me and the
You
dog.
guys literally could. You guys literally could
When
do
you
an
go-
episode. I just wouldn't be here.
You know when you go outside on Christmas Day and it's like 28 days later, like no one's around. It's really weird.
Yeah.
There's like almost no one around. It's my favorite.
You
to go
love
to the
you
movies?
love that shit.
It's a good day to go to the movies.
It's a good day to go to the dance.
great day
It's a
to
good
go
day
to
to do
movies.
anything as long as you're by yourself. It's the
Movies are
best.
open on Christmas usually.
I've turned Christmas into like one of those holidays that I used to just fucking hate into like my favorite day of the year, kinda. The actual day, the build up to it and all that winds me up, but the actual day is just fucking so great.
Yeah, this is a podcast episode, guys.
Sorry.
I love it. I love it. That's what.
This is all the time
Welcome.
that Tiger's character would be speaking that we're just using up. You know,
Yeah.
we've condensed it down
Yeah.
at the beginning to talk about the special
love it, dude.
Christmas Day episode of Darkfire, which will be called Dark Christmas with the F in it.
Darkness. You had darkness and you just didn't go there.
Dark for Christmas. Dark for Christmas. One word.
We need to start.
didn't hear that?
We need-
Last time on Tablestory's Darkfire. Christ Fire. Christ Fire 2. The Quickening.
Crossfire! They can do the limb.
Oh,
God.
Christ Fire is so good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Last time, so much happens in these episodes when you guys are in the city. Last time was a lot happened, a lot of stuff went on, so I'll try and blitz, kind of catch everyone up. Rin was heading towards the Guild of Knowledge when she ended up kind of taking a wrong turn, and somebody attacked her in the street. A very strange gentleman in red fanciful clothes and with a rapier came out and was kind of like, on guard, ha, and kind of toying with her. She brought out the old fisticuffs and bang, 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 almost knocked him out, almost at him.
Almost.
And unfortunately, she was just bested by this gentleman. He and another person, the half-drow that had been following you around town, kind of kidnapped you, and took you to a sort of underground dungeon area where you were interrogated and questioned, and some revelations happened. Turns out Rin is part of this group of people that seem to be some sort of cult or something like that, and they appear to be up to something, and she appears to have been on some sort of mission of some sort. Something happened, she had to kill someone, and
Shady motherfucker.
they made her prove her allegiance, cut off a finger, and they gave her a bunch of books, told her to go and do some goddamn research, and kicked her out. She walked outside and she found herself underground in the sewer system and has to figure out how to get back up. It turns out that during this time, Iridir, Drift, and 19 had a nice conversation in fact, no, you were interrogated. That happened last week as well by an Inquisitor, Iridir and Drift. An Inquisitor seems to be looking into the death of these Goliaths and seems to think that you four are involved somehow. After that, you guys went back and ended up having a conversation with 19 about, like, what the fuck. 19... and you guys kind of spent the day in the inn recovering and relaxing, when the next day is the day of the tournament. Huzzah! You guys went across town. 19 went to get the part of his leg which is slightly too large shaved down and fixed and dealt with, so he went to see those kind of the mob, the blood grip mob, who are sort of like a we're not sure what they are, but we're pretty sure that they're maybe bad guys.
He's not here right now. Yeah, they're fucking bad guys.
And he went in there, and that's where he is and is currently. Iridir and Drift, you headed over to the festival field, where there was a huge Colosseum that seems to have been appeared overnight in across the river to the north of the city. Lots of tents and things was going on around. You went and visited a couple of them. You bought a potion. There were all sorts of food and tents set up from all around the world, it seems like, not just Thelmecia, which is in of itself pretty large for a continent, but it seems that there were some other people from offshore as well. You then used your little marbles, which isn't your brains, to get into the Colosseum, and that is where we begin.
Wait, you didn't even say the best part. Did you say, like,
what did I miss? Did I
the
miss?
last shot?
Oh, what that we had? I'll tell you what I didn't do last week, which I was meant to do. So we had a last final scene, which is that somebody was kind of viewing that one. Somebody was viewing Rin, That one? That last scene? Or was there another last scene?
Yes, that was it.
That last
That was it.
scene. There was some things that I wanted to show you guys last time, but I forgot. There's this character, Athena. She looks a little something like this.
Oh my god!
Appears to be
Right?
That's so sick.
Fuck.
So this is the elderly tiefling that we saw
Two E's.
viewing, sort of scrying on Rin, and they were talking about what was going on, and they were watching her. They have you, and they're watching you, and they know where you are, who you are, and where you're going. I also, for the record, here is Kidia, Night Sky, who was the guy that interrogated you, the enforcer of this this cult Praetoriator. So Kidia, Night Sky, and Athena are the ones who were keeping an eye on you. And I forgot that I uploaded these last week, which is why I didn't show them. I put them. It's because I was
a half orc?
No, he was half elf.
Oh, okay.
He was acting like an idiot and stuff at the beginning because he was like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it was all an act. He's actually quite old and intelligent, and middle management.
So cool.
I accidentally put them in the wrong thing last week, so I didn't end up showing you guys, which is a shame. I also had Walter the Red, bam, who is just a red mage from Final Fantasy. This is kind of what he looks like. We'll see him again later on today. So
Captain Tiny Feet.
Captain Tiny Feet. He's a very good dancer. He was dancing around. He looked like he was pretty quick on his feet too. He wasn't expecting old
Rin. My name's Rin.
old Mike Tyson over there to come in. I don't know why I can't get this to work, so I'm just gonna have to go with my brain. So you guys are we're gonna start off today with Iridir and Drift, as it's tournament day here in Rosegard.
I'm ready.
So
That your character, Brad? Let's do this.
Come on, we can do it if we just
I'm gonna
believe.
win all 3 of these. It's gonna be so easy.
Gotta get your body back, Al.
Come on, Al. I'm gonna get your body back.
Out of character, I just want to say I've bet real life gold on you, John. So don't fuck this up.
Wow, real
Wait,
life
what?
gold.
Is there actual money? Oh,
Actual money is passing hands.
I'll
Almost.
donate to you, PB, if you bet on me. Actual donations. Holy
Almost
shit.
certainly illegally. So, Drift and Iridir, my children, my sweet summer children, you find yourselves in a waiting room. Basically, you were taken down a hallway underneath this Colosseum area, and both of you were placed into a very small, relatively small, windowless room. Bland stone walls. It looks very basic. 3 chairs around a table, a circular, small, rudimentary kind of table, considering the event that's around you. On the table there is some fresh fruit, some red wine, and some surprisingly clear-looking water, which is very rare. Somewhat. There's a constant rumble above you from the eager spectators that are filling this huge Colosseum and moving about, and you can hear, like, every now and then, like a cheer as something seems to happen, but it's pretty much just a constant rumble of people moving around at the moment. This whole place is very large. It looked like it was like 100, 150 feet tall, filled. It looks like it can fill almost everybody in the city. Maybe not comfortably, but you could imagine almost everybody here being able to fit within this Colosseum. You are left here for maybe 30 minutes or so. The door closes behind you as you're led into the room and then led away. There's about 30 minutes that pass. Is there anything you want to do in that time?
I'm getting nervous, so I think I would be like, just like, kind of eating a little bit, not too much, not overfilling, but just walking around and sort of like peeking my head out of any like kind of windows or, just listening to like the walls and the people and just browsing around the room we're in.
Yeah, there's nothing in here. It's super, super lame looking. Like it's almost weird.
A green room?
There's this huge, it's a green room, but it's like there's this huge Colosseum that has appeared overnight. There were these wonderful tents and all these exotic foods and things. And in here, it's almost like a cell inside this place. The food and stuff looks relatively nice, but the actual things in here look completely like, I feel like you probably would have expected to be treated a little better as one of the only 8 contestants of one of the 3 main contests of the day, but it's super boring in here. No windows.
Okay.
So, Drift, do you have any sort of plan once you go out there?
Win?
Right. That's good. You want to win, and
try and kill him?
Well, I think killing is probably going to be frowned upon in this competition.
Right. Well,
knock them out.
Yeah, knock him. That's what I meant.
But perhaps you have your potion that I've given you, yes?
Yeah, the healing, right?
Right.
Yeah, I have that on me.
You keep that just in case you need it. And what about your tactics for when you're fighting?
Okay. Yeah, so I was going to I'm gonna curse my sword. I'm gonna bring out the curse. I'm gonna stab them, and then if they try and stab me, I can always shield myself. I have shield, so I can cast that upon myself. And
are the rules posted anywhere around here?
Nope, nothing.
No?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the same thing anyway.
So from what we've heard, it appears that they are looking for a melee contest in which you fight with blade, etc. But there's nothing against you running away if you have to. Just remember, I might be able to help you in some ways. If you have to, you can disengage from a fight and run and sort of recollect yourself before you attack again.
But where would I run? It's an arena.
Right, but they have to chase you if they want to attack you.
So I might be faster than them.
You might be faster, and there's a possibility you might be given a chance to, recuperate for a short period of time before you attack again. You can do that. You can also try to dodge. If you can see if they're very strong, you can possibly try to dodge and perhaps do something else. There are lots of other things that you can do. Not just stand there and take a shot to the face.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but I want to give the people what they want. I want to give them a good fight.
We also want to win.
True.
If there's anything that I've learned in my entire life, it's that running away doesn't mean losing. It means running away and fighting another day.
The door behind you opens at that moment, and you see your benefactor, William Balderdown, enter, and he's in his military garb again, sort of basic medium armor. He has no sword at his side though. He's just wearing the chainmail with the rose emblem on it, the red kind of cape. His face looks a little flustered, and then it suddenly stiffens with a kind of stern look, and he begins to sort of pace up and down before you as the door creaks closed behind him, and he says, No running away, come on, this is a show. And then he stops and looks at you, Iro, and says, Bard, a little snag-a-doo, you could say, little something, if you wouldn't mind. You can't mention Drit or Killish. I know that's the kid's whole fucking story, but we can't have you mentioning it. King's orders. And I know that it might be a small issue, perhaps. The Company of Masks and all that. You know? It's unfortunately quite the fucking embarrassment to the realm, it turns out. And just for the record, don't go mentioning anything about Rock either, the other city that was destroyed. Just make up some poppycock story, yes?
But that's where I'm from.
What? Rock?
Killush.
Killush? Right, yes, not anymore. You're from Deepwall Gate? Trebello? I don't know.
No, I'm from Killush.
Yes, I understand, but you can't be from there today, or at least you can't say it out loud, okay? Nobody can hear you anyway. Bard, right?
Why is this exactly?
Oh, right. Well, it turns out that this whole shitstorm with the company of masks running up and down the country, destroying towns, is really quite an embarrassment. It turns out that the leader of that bunch of bandits is an old general commander of some sort.
All right, well, I suppose that it won't matter much to me. Drift, don't worry, I'll make something rather boisterous for you.
Just tell that poppycock story about the ghost and the curse breaking or what have you. Yes, all that
I
codswallop.
assure you, sir, there was no poppycock involved.
Right, whatever. It's a good story though. They'll like that. Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. Just change that location as well. It wasn't a cave outside Drit. It's a cave outside of I don't know, Clay's Pass. Somewhere nice and far off.
Clay's Pass. I'll say one thing to you, Sir Boulder Down. Would it be acceptable if I get the crowd rather riled up for when Drift makes his appearance?
Riled up. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. Get them rather excited to showcase some of his best qualities.
Right. Well, yeah, that's your job, Bard, isn't it?
Excellent.
Yes?
That's all that I needed to know.
Listen, they're going to announce Drift and Sieg in the first round. The top of the first round. That's when you come in, okay? Simple as that. You just perform.
Will I be moving into the space with Drift?
Yes. They'll show these off. You'll stand off to the side. When they're finding their starting positions, that's when you bards do your thing. Sieg will have one, that bastard of a brother of his. He's useless. It's really you opening the show here, I'm afraid. Round one. Just give them that drivel about him killing a ghost, put on a show, whatever, yes? If it's good enough, they'll fucking shower you with gold.
Put on a show.
Right, yes. They will give you gold for it. All the coins fly into the ring. It is bad form to collect it yourself, though. The runner boys will grab it, and they'll deliver it here afterwards.
Runner boys?
Yes, there's all sorts of runner boys. They run around.
They just run?
They collect all the things that we don't want to collect. Gold thrown in for the bards, bodies, limbs, clean up the blood, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Right. So, do you need anything else from me?
Well, just to be clear, what is Drift allowed to do in the competition exactly?
The door slams open again, and a little form comes in, and it's possibly the gnome that you met at the front gate. There's a very small figure. He has his visor up on this full plate armor. His red cape is kind of slightly too long and like drifting like a wedding train behind him as he steps in. He does have his hand on a very large sword, and he kind of waddles over. Under one arm he has a scroll. He places it up on that table and then jumps up standing on the chair and opens the scroll up and says,
"Okay, you.
He points at you, Eero.
Are you the fighter?
Not today.
Oh, you then.
Yes, I am the fighter. I'm Drift. Okay. And I run over.
Pushes the parchment over to you and a quill and an ink on the table. He says,
"Okay, you have to declare your 2 spells now. Oh, can you write, boy?"
Yeah. Yes, I can sign.
Can you write? Do you know the names and how to spell your spells?
I can say them for you.
He takes off his gauntleted hands, these huge gauntlets, and places.
Okay.
Clasp, gung, clasp, dung.
Alright. You must declare your 2 spells that you will be using now, what equipment you have, and any potions that you will be taking into the arena. If you deviate from this list, the wizards who built this place and control the arena will know, and you will be punished, perhaps even disqualified from the contest.
How many potions can people bring in?
As many as you like or wish to carry in.
We only got 1, right, Hero?
Boulder
Yes,
down
we just
immediately. What? 1? I gave you a fucking bag of gold.
Oh,
Wait, can you cure
We
yourself?
must have.
can I kill myself?
Cure. Do you know how to cure yourself at least?
No, not at all.
Wait, you're a spellcaster though, right? So you don't need potions to grow large and stuff like that?
No, I have some tricks up my sleeve.
We
but
do need potions to grow large and things like that, yes.
Right.
Unfortunately, there wasn't that much gold inside the pouches. You only able to buy the 1 potion.
Can you get us some potions, please?
I don't think I even have time. And like the gnome interrupts him. Lieutenant, if you do not mind. The Boulder Down snaps to attention. Sir,
I do not think that there is time. We are beginning very shortly. You have 1 potion, yes?
Yeah, 1 healing potion.
1 healing potion. Just a normal healing potion, is it?
Yeah, right, Hero? Just you got the normal one?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes, a normal healing potion.
An interesting batch this year. Not many potions.
he then looks you up and down and says,
You do not seem to have a weapon.
Excuse me?
Your weapon. What weapon will be you using?
He always has his weapon, so.
Yes, this is my sword. It's a shadow sword, and I pull it out and show him.
Oh, how very uncouth. Okay, so sort of made of magical shadow, yes?
Yes, you can say that.
Okay then, and you would be wearing which armor? What is this that you have on here? Underneath those fanciful clothes.
Oh, the armor? No. I don't even fucking know what I'm wearing.
Boulder Down is grinding his teeth. Just like, he's standing to attention and silent near the door.
What am I wearing?
I don't know what you have on either, to be honest. You have a ridiculously
It's
high
probably
AC.
leather.
Hang on,
It's gotta be leather. Okay.
It'll say in here. No, you have scale mail on.
Does he?
Apparently. Scale mail is the one. If you remember, do you remember in Fractured Worlds, Elspeth got like the enchanted scale mail and it was awesome looking? It's that. It's
Okay, stop it.
It looks
Don't
like.
spoil me. I'm
Sorry,
working my way
spoiler.
through. Just don't fucking say anything.
It's
You're
alright.
still going.
I am. It's real good. I like it.
The gnome then just grabs your tunic and lifts it up.
Oh, scale mail, is it? Very nice.
Oh, is that how you pronounce it? Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
scale mail.
I will teach you how to spell it later.
He says.
Thank you.
He says.
Anything else you wish to declare before you enter the combat?
Yes. I have 2 spells. I'll be using shield
Yes, shield spell.
and wrathful smite.
Wrathful smite. You
What
are
they call
an
it on
interesting
book.
fellow. I do not usually see such small ones using wrathful smite. Usually reserved for the large ones, isn't it?
See, that's the funny thing about me.
He
I look small,
folds up the
but I'm
scroll.
huge.
And he's jumping down and he's moving away from you.
You are small indeed.
He's for
yeah,
sure
but-
shorter
but-
than you.
I'm small, but I'm huge.
Yes, of course. Okay then.
He says,
Lieutenant, if you don't mind, please show them out.
Boulder Down, just, yes, sir. And the little gnome just pads out. You hear his little boots, greaved boots, heading out. Under his arm, he has a bunch of different scrolls. It looks like he has 8 in total. He heads out, turns left, and moves away. Boulder Down waits a few seconds for him to leave and says, for fuck's sake, you haven't bought any fucking potions?
Well, no, we didn't have enough money.
What do you mean you don't have enough money? I gave you like 200 gold.
Oh, yes, but we required certain provisions beforehand, certain...
What fucking provisions? Cost
Well-
200 gold and don't get you further in this competition.
Well, we weren't sure how Drift would do, so I thought it would be a good confidence booster.
Did you spend my
to,
200 gold on a fucking whore?
Well, not one.
Right.
2.
I knew I should have sent somebody with you. Right. Okay. And you're confident in your abilities, are you, Drift?
Yes, I'm going to win.
Okay. There's a horn blare at that moment from somewhere deep within the arena. He says, "Right, oh fuck. Okay. Right. Well, good luck to it then. I've put a lot of money on you, Drift. I really, actually, genuinely believed your bullshit story. Let's hope that they all do as well. Yes, and let's hope it's true. Yes, you have to prove yourself." He's kind of like rubbing his hands down on his armor. Okay. Right. I'm going to be in a lot of fucking trouble.
Idea
Yes?
for entry, if I may.
What is it?
Perhaps I can lead the way and sort of get the crowd enthused and ready for Drift when he makes his entrance. And I start to whisper into Drift's ear, and I say, "I'll get them worked up. You come in as if you are attacking my creations. You'll see certain creatures and things running around the arena. You come in and stab them dramatically.
Okay. Yes.
And we'll have a raucous cheer start things up." That'll get them
Boulder
properly-
Down looks crestfallen. You haven't even fucking planned this.
Sir, I'll have you know, I don't need to plan.
Oh, good God. Right, okay. Well, you mustn't just say anything before the king speaks. Once the king's done, then I think it's over to you bards. I don't fucking know. Let's go. He opens the door and steps out and says, He looks to his right as he steps through the door and then keeps it open and steps out of the way. You guys following him out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So as you walk out of this room, you walk back out into this just any fucking football arena you've ever been to kind of looking corridor. Though it's relatively empty where you are, and it was when you walked down here, it's as if it's been reserved for kind of fighters or wardened off for some reason. As you step out, to the right of you, there is already an imposing figure who appears to have stepped out of his own door, the one on the right of you. This huge, sort of possibly 8 foot tall, plate-mailed figure who is most likely Godfrey, this gladiator type figure that you've been warned of. The Lieutenant Boulder Down kind of looks at him very oddly, as if he's never seen him before, and he kind of walks away. He says, come on then. What are you doing standing there, you giant freak? And he skitters off away. The enormous plate-mailed figure, his plate has a kind of copperish color to it. In various places it's got these sort of little engravings and patterns to accent the edges, but it's relatively plain otherwise. He has a great helm that covers his entire head. There isn't a piece of skin on him that shows. And Drift, as you step out, it turns slightly towards you, making a kind of grinding sound. He didn't say anything, but you can just about make out a sort of shadowed, fiery yellow eye, rimmed with red raw skin, peering down at you. And then Boulder Down shouts from further down there, "Can you fucking get a move on?"
I'll see you in the 3rd round, I want to say to him.
Yeah. He doesn't make a noise, but his helm lifts back up again, and you lose the line of sight into the helmet. There's another horn that blares twice.
By the way, as Drift is walking, I'm doing the purple fire where his footsteps are thing again.
Okay.
Yes!
Boulder Down ushers you down a corridor. The huge form starts to follow you two down the corridor as well, and you hear these huge footfalls, gludung, 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 kind of metallic with the plate greaves echoing around this hallway. But you turn out of suddenly shifting out towards the right, and Boulder Down stops and just says, right, fucking head out there to the middle quick, you're the last ones. And the two of you can step out along with this very large figure into the Colosseum. True, the sunlight is pretty bright for a moment as you step underneath these kind of arches into this area, and you see these crowds. It's filled. This entire Colosseum around you is filled to the brim with people. There's horns and drums and the constant sort of cacophony of cheers. It's almost overwhelming, I think, at first. This kind of thing would be so freaking weird and alien to you. Like, you would have walked out, you both from kind of middle of nowhere, to walk out into this just enormous arena of rings and rings and rings of people that go up till they're just tiny little specks peering down. There's a few people on the ground floor here with you, though, in the arena, and you can see them at the center, maybe 40 feet, 50 feet away from you. Boulder Down is pointing kind of towards the middle of the field, and then he starts to walk away, and he's fucking good luck. And he's kind of gruffly heads away. The huge plated figure just stomps past you and starts striding towards the center of the field. There's a massive greatsword being dragged carelessly behind him, like a troll might drag a club. What are you guys doing?
I'm whispering in Drift's ear right now, and John, just like out of character, I'm gonna send you a whisper on Zoom.
Good God.
Yeah. I'm whispering in Drift's ear. I'm sort of going over a plan with him to sort of get the crowd hype.
I'm flipping out. I am the most. I can't even talk. Like, I am just. This is that. Words, nothing. I'm excited and fucking scared as shit, and no words for what's happening.
Okay, I sent you a message on Zoom.
Are you walking out?
Oh my God. Let me read this and then, yeah.
So the king hasn't talked yet, right? We're still waiting?
No, you can give me a perception check.
Yeah,
if
I
you
haven't
want.
done anything yet.
If you want to give me perception checks, you can see what you see here.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
haven't done any checks yet. See where the rolls are at.
Oh, this is gonna decide our roles right here.
Perception check.
Cool.
Oh!
16.
What's up, baby?
Drift
Crit.
blows
I
his
see it
crit.
all.
Drift blows his crit, natural 20.
Dude, that's just the
on
first of
perception.
many. I'm getting 3 of those today.
Yeah, I mean, you guys look around and you scan the crowds real quick. You look up. There's a box, like a central box, which looks a little different to the rest of this area, where there appears to be kind of the Rose Guardian nobility, maybe some others. There appear to be a bunch of different elegant looking, some in strange exotic clothing, but noble looking figures that sit in that kind of like Roman Colosseum style box at the center on the right hand side or the northern side of the festival field. At the center of it, you can see somebody who is most surely King Wilma. He's got this like grey beard, very well trimmed. His smile is wide, and he's sort of sitting relaxed, speaking to somebody on his right, an aide of some sort. He has a crown that sits neatly on relatively graying hair. He's like the pinnacle of wealth, right? He's in that like fanciful fur coat. Patterns all across it, regalia all over, rings and stuff all over his fingers. He has a scepter in one hand with like a perfect golden sphere at the end. He's speaking to a gentleman on his right, and the gentleman points at that moment straight down to you two. And the king looks down, and it's almost as if for a second there, Drift, he looks straight at you. From like 50 feet away, maybe like another 50 feet up in the air. He looks, and you catch this clarity as he looks at you. Then he looks away and carries on speaking, and you scan the rest of the crowd. You don't see Rin, and you don't see 19 here, but even with a 22 perception, I mean, it's not like you go, and you just terminate a scan. You just don't see them.
Of course.
You don't see them yet. You do see Janshai, who sits on the...
Here's the thing. I know Rin's here. Like,
Right.
I know Rin in 19.
Yeah.
That's not even crossing my mind. I know they're in the crowd. I just can't see them.
Janshai is...
They would
is
never
there.
miss it.
The boy. Janshai is there. The boy who you met at the beginning. As well as...
Oh, who's rooting for me with his, like, friends, right?
His friends, yeah. And that's that kind of on the opposite side to the king. They managed to somehow get kind of central looking, maybe halfway up the Colosseum. Then you see all the other fighters, a couple of other members in the center of the ring here. And you guys going out. Like, Godfrey has made it like almost halfway over at this point.
Yeah, I would have been whispering these things to Drift, like, all right, so we've been instructed to do all that after the king speaks. Are you clear? I'll stay right next to you until we do it. Once I do it, then you come in like a savior. All right?
Yeah, I can call it off, right?
I can turn it off. Yes.
Oh, but you'll turn it off at the right time.
Yes, of course.
When I'm in the middle. Okay.
So you guys are heading over, yeah?
Oh, you can announce yourself. You can say something dramatic, and then I'll do it. That's better.
Okay.
All right.
You are heading towards the center of the
Fuck this up.
arena, and as soon as you get to the center, you're separated. There are a couple of guards here who come over and they look down and say, "You Drift."
Yes, that is I.
As soon as that, they say over there, and they push you towards the area where, like, you're only separated by like 10 feet.
Yeah.
And you, Iridia, are placed to another side where there are 2 other bards here. There are 8 fighters and only 3 bards. As you are placed with what looks like a dwarf, kind of a wild man looking dwarf, and then somebody who's in like a full suit. He looks kind of like one of those orchestra types. He's just in all like black, and he has like a book under one arm, and then just a stick that looks a bit like a wand in the other. And you're stood to kind of one side. The guard who's stood next to you kind of steps back. The other one pushes you, Drift, into a line, and you're stood on the end of a line of fighters. And you've seen them each now as you walked past them very quickly. There's that huge plated fighter, Godfrey. Sir Sieg, who's the guy that you saw previously, who's in the first round with you. You see an elderly-looking kind of gnome. He's very big for his race, though. In full plate, he has a big old tower shield and a very strange-looking longsword. He's kind of like, looks like he's kind of falling asleep. You see an elf in like garish red kind of fanciful clothing. He has a very wide brimmed hat with a huge feather in it, a rapier on one side, and he's kind of standing like fancifully, like he's like drinking in the attention. There's another dwarven wild man who's very small and rough looking. He's got these like dirty looking furs, and you're stood on the end next to a woman with very pale skin. She's got kind of relatively lank, long, greasy-ish hair, a set of yellow eyes. She fixes you with a stare immediately, and for a moment it feels like she's kind of looking into your soul as she looks at you with these animalistic eyes, and then she turns back away from you. At this point, there is a blare of music that, like, you have no concept of where this is coming from. Like, you have looked this entire place over, but it's like it comes from within you, from underneath the Colosseum itself, from above, from everywhere, as the king is stood up and heads towards his central box. King Wilma of Rosegard, his beautiful trimmed beard, his wide smile, his scepter in one hand, he raises it up. The golden sphere lights and casts a bright white light for a moment before turning completely clear. The scepter allows his voice to be projected magically around the arena, and you hear him say to everybody all of a sudden, he says, "Welcome, one and all, to the Rose Guard Autumn Festival." And the entire crowd cheers. Everyone's going crazy suddenly. It's about to begin. There's a thunder. You can, even with the magical kind of scepter that's pushing this music, pushing this voice out, he is kind of hard to hear for a moment as everyone loses their minds. He says, "We will begin our festivities and the contest soon. But first, we regard the military, our chosen gods, and those that served in the great name of my father, King Wilma I. 3 stomps, 1 for victory, 1 for the gods' benevolence, and 1 for prosperity." The king lifts his massive fine boot and then brings it down. The entire crowd does so as well. And in unison, they stomp the ground 3 times, and it is a booming crunch that echoes around. Curiously, do either of you two attempt to do this?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Definitely, I would
Without a doubt.
You lift your boots up and you kind of boom, and then there's just a doof, doof, doof. The entire ground almost shakes underneath. Yeah. Then not everyone here seems to join in or even understand and follow in the king's tradition, but for the most part, the majority of people here seem to. The king continues and says, "And now we will begin our 3-day festival with the melee contest. 8 fine contestants will be competing. As always, I cheer our military and palace guard, Ward the Tower, and Sir Sieg have my blessing. But good luck to all the fighters, both homegrown and far-traveled. Welcome to our fair city, one and all, and let us enjoy this festival and a time of peace. Let the Rose Guard Autumn Festival begin." There's another huge cheer from people as the crowds go wild around you. There's an instant, like as soon as he finishes speaking, you feel arms, Iridir, kind of like grab you and roughly shake you, and it's the guard who was stood near you, who's just a huge kind of looking human man in the full plate, and he says,
What are you doing?
"You the first bard?"
I believe so.
He shoves a scepter in your hand, the same looking thing that the king had. He says, "Hold that.
All right.
It lets them hear you."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, just tap it. Tap the top. As soon as you tap it, it brightly lights up. The golden part of the golden sort of circle at the top turns completely clear. And
Can I run over to him while he's doing that?
The second tap is like one of those mic reverbs because it only takes one. So he like taps it once and then it's like. The king sits down and. You Drift you see the guards run over towards the other fighters that aren't you and Sir Sieg, and they start to send them away. They move towards the left and right split, where you guys came in and where presumably the others came in, and the other bards are led away as well, apart from one of them, who was that gentleman that you met before in the city, whose name was Charles. You actually saw him first. He had the flute. He also has one of those scepters, but he's kind of standing there, Iridir, and you see him just shaking. He's just shaking. He has a scepter in one hand and a flute in the other. My stomach's cramping. And he's like led, but you're being led, Iridir, towards the center of this like grass field, but slightly towards the left, and he's being led away from you slightly towards the right. There's a moment as soon as the groups are past. Drift, you're being led to the same place as Iridir, and you see Sir Sieg.
Great.
Sir Sieg being taken to the other side with his bard, his brother. Pretty much as the contestants pass over a certain area, there's a moment where the ground trembles underfoot, and these 2 columns that point at the top, they're a little bit like is it called the Washington Monument?
Yes.
which is that just strange tower with, or like it's just like a column of stone almost that points at the top. Imagine 2 of those that suddenly burst up from the
Like obelisks?
obelisks that kind of burst up from the ground in complete unison. They just they're about 60 feet tall, and as soon as they do so, you see these runes on the side of them light up. Give me Arcana checks, both of you.
16.
16
And a 10 for me.
and a 10. Yeah, you can see in a box underneath where the king is, you can see 10 very old-looking men, various races. There's like a half-orc in there. There's a human. There's an elf, another human, a gnome. But they're all wearing red robes, and they're all kind of chanting in unison. And you can see that they seem to be like as they lift their hands up, it draws these columns up. The runes on the side of these huge sandstone kind of columns light up for a moment, and you are stood in front of a column each. Sir Sieg and his bard Charles, who's standing there gripping his stomach, kind of folding the scepter over his stomach, a little ahead of you, and then you two are stood underneath another one. The guards say, "Right, go on then, you're first, didn't you?" And they kind of roughly shove you, Iro, into the center of the thing.
Okay. I say, what time of day is it, by the way?
It's pretty early. I think it's about, we'll say midday. Let's just say midday.
Before you talk here, I look at you like,
I say, so I sort of like motion for you to kind of come over.
okay, cool. I run to him.
Yeah. And I say, good day, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all here. I hope that you are ready to be entertained. I hope that you are ready to be mystified. And I hope that you are ready to witness the greatness of my friend here today. May I introduce you to Drift, the Curse Breaker. And as I like walk over to Drift, I sort of like put my hand on his shoulder, and I say, Drift, the Curse Breaker, did not create this name for himself. Drift, the Curse Breaker, was given this name because he is a true hero. A man that cares not for his own well-being, but cares for each and every one of you and wants to make sure that you stay safe. A true hero in every sense of the word. No matter the adversary. And as I'm sort of speaking, I cast Minor Illusion. And Drift gets enveloped in a sort of strange shadow-like fire. And I say, what's this? And at the same time as I do this, I back off and I cast invisibility on Drift so that the fire is surrounding him. And it looks like it engulfs him and sort of like burns him alive. What is this? What has happened? Drift? How could this be? No! Drift! And from this sort of shadow fire, I sort of create more minor illusions that sort of burst forth that look like the saber-toothed cat, the scaredy cat that we fought before. And I just, using my own voice, I just say, as I sort of make the cat sort of jump out from the fire and start to like rush around and look like it's starting to like hiss and scrape at the other competitors and whatnot, just looking very intimidating and whatnot. And the tiger starts like rampage, probably like towards the crowd. And I say, if only Drift were here.
And at that that moment, I jump up and do like where the thing is. He snaps off invisibility, and I run just as fast as I can towards this little puma thing, and I pull out my shadow sword and bring it right down into its head.
Yeah,
I land on it.
As soon as Drift, like, as soon as I say that, I like turn off the invisibility, and like Drift just like bursts forth from the fire.
Ah! Nobody will hurt you. Drift is here, and I cut off the puma's head.
Everyone goes crazy. Can you both roll me performance checks?
Fuck.
Let's get some buses in the chat. Holy fuck.
It's a 13 for me.
13.
And a 10 for me.
And a 10. You see.
Solid.
You
Solid.
see. 230 gold pieces shower the arena. Like fucking Sonic just ran over a spike. And people are going crazy. They freaking love it. They have no idea what's going on. Originally, 19 and Rin was supposed to be in the audience for audience reactions, but they're not here. So
They are to me.
So now
They're
now we cut to a random gnome who sat there with a jug of ale in one hand and what looks like a very strange kind of piece of bread wrapped around like a length of meat. It was really weird.
like a glass recording orb.
5 gold piece footlongs.
And he says,
Wow, this is amazing. This is much better than last time. Oh no, I'm gonna see if I guys can go too.
and he flips a coin in.
Oh!
He flips a coin into the crowd. Queen Bran was impressed. You see, from the other side, the other bard get pushed forward, and he like stumbles forward. He picks it. He looks at his scepter and he taps it, and it turns on. And you hear like a as he taps it again as it turns off. And is it on? Is it on? Kind of round the thing. As and he like stumbles forward. He says he says into it. And the next fighter is my brother and the palace guard, the protector of your king. It's your king, King Wilma. There's like a half-hearted kind of, hey, King Wilma. The king is kind of like shaking his head above you, and he says, my brother, Sir Sieg. And he just plays like a shitty fluted version of the Titanic theme. He kind of burps a sicky burp into the microphone. And he kind of falls backwards and he passes out. You see the guard run forward and grab him, like the large human guy just throws him over his shoulder, picks up the scepter and says, he just shouts into it, let the games begin! And he knocks the scepter on the top of the head and it turns off. So, let's see here. In the box at the top above you, the voice of the king once again shouts out, and you hear him say, newcomer, Drift the Cursebreaker versus the Palatial Guard Sir Sieg. But in which arena will they fight? Iridir, you are now being dragged away as well by another guard, and they drag you back to the area where you were brought in. We're underneath one of the arches, but in like a privated area. There are a couple of the other fighters behind you. You see the woman with the kind of yellowed eyes, and you see the gentleman who's in the fanciful red clothes standing next to the figure who was the conductor type looking. The others were taken to the other side. Godfrey and the other fighters all seem to have been taken to the other side. You're placed on the side, and Drift at the center in front of you. You see a very large magical illusion appear in front of you. It kind of appears in the air in front of you. What it looks like is a D4. Now, I did bring a D4, and I don't know what I did with it. Do you know what a D4 looks like? It's like a triangle, pyramid shape. And the king
Okay.
says, "Roll the dice!" And everybody.
Me?
Yes, newcomer.
Okay.
'Tis the
I run
newcomer's
out.
right.
I run out to the dice, and can I grab it? How big is it?
It's huge. It's like it's like a foot across. It's massive, and it's just floating in the air. He says, "Hit it! Just hit it with your hand."
All right, and I just give it a good. Just I look up at the king and I smack it as hard as I can.
Yeah, it's literally a holographic, interactable D4. Roll me a D4.
Oh my god, this is where it begins. It starts right here.
This is it.
2, my lucky number. That's my lucky number.
2 was your lucky number.
Oh, fuck
2
off.
was your lucky number. So you hit it. It goes brrrr, bum 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 bing. 2. A 2 shines up in front of you.
Stop.
Sir Sieg in front of you. You hear him go, "Oh, you twat!" And then that is when number 2. Let's see. Number 2. Where are you, number 2? I said yes. So these 2 great sandstone columns above you that appear to taper off. They're about 75 feet into the air, and they're covered in those arcane glyphs and magical scripts, and the scripture starts to glow and change. You hear a hum coming from underneath them, and it grows suddenly louder. The wizards up on the box just kind of like start to speak in unison, and you hear them chanting something under their breath. The 2 columns suddenly turn like an aqua blue. All the runes turn very like bright blue, and they light up the arena in this kind of like haze of blue light for a moment. And from the top, great columns, great torrents of water suddenly spout out and begin to fill the arena below with seawater. You have chosen the water stage.
Fuck.
Water tournament stage.
Oh my god.
So, let me drag you in. Can everyone see this?
Yep.
All right. Let's go, baby. Tournament begin.
Wait, how deep is this water?
You'll find out. It's filling right now.
I've never swam in D&D attack. Like, I've never swam.
Sir Sieg is in front of you in fucking heavy armor. By the way, he's in like full plate. The water just starts to rise up, and he doesn't seem to float with it.
It's just gonna drown and I'm gonna auto win.
Let me just grab your token in, and then we'll get some initiatives. Why is that not working? Come on, man, please. Does this work?
By the way, would I have had time to go around and collect the gold that fell on the ground?
The runner boys got it.
The runner boys grab it all for you. There was no gold thrown in for the other one, by the way. So it's all
So they
yours.
threw in 230 gold pieces.
Basically, the gold that you earn ends up in your waiting room at the end of each round.
We're gonna.
I don't know why I can't. Things are going wrong with this today for some reason. I couldn't get I had some music that I wanted to play and it didn't play, and I'm sad about it. Oh, there we go. So Sieg.
Under the sea.
Bam.
Under the sea.
This music is fucking hype.
Yeah, this is your
I wonder who
combat
made it.
music. Hey, yeah, why not give me? You can give me an ad break. Bit Super Bowl ad break. Whack.
If you guys like the music that's displayed here on Tablestory in most of our campaigns, then you should go check out Mr. Peachy Pixelate. He's a wonderful human. He makes a lot of awesome music. He made the sickest soundtrack for Crash City coming up this Saturday that you need to check out. It's gonna like destroy your canals. It's crazy.
Oh, there it is.
It's real good.
Angry.
It's real good.
Just super angry.
All right, roll me some initiative.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Am I rolling as well or no?
No, you can because you have a bard. You get a bardic inspiration for the performance at the beginning that you can use. Is how I was gonna do it.
I'll spend one of my.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Because you're now too far away from him to. You have to be 30 feet or 60 feet.
For bardic inspiration.
Might be 60 feet, actually.
60 feet.
All right, yeah. You should roll me an initiative as well. I'll put you on the map.
Come on. Oh my god. I gotta.
Well, I don't just have bardic inspiration, my friend.
That is true, yeah. No, that's why you have a
I
bard.
have
People who have a
cool
bard,
bards.
they do get the benefits of some passive bardic shit. But you can't be casting spells and things. So I guess no one's told you that. You can do that if you want. But I was just gonna kind of
Nice, Hero!
I was gonna video game like you intuitively know the rules. To be honest, because it was always supposed to be a shitty sub game and not.
Well, because
the
I have
center of my entire
bard shit
campaign.
that's not a spell, so I didn't know how you wanted to treat things. Because I have Mantle of Inspiration and Enthralling Performance.
Well, I feel like you don't know.
Okay.
Right? So you can risk all that bullshit if you want. There is a bunch of people around you. There's not just the other figures. Let me roll the dice here. That little gnome who told you the rules isn't there though. But there is a couple of other guards and some other like official looking types.
Waiting to hear the gnome.
Alright. I don't know why I can't do this thing. Hey, 4. Alright. Finally.
Is that
Good God.
initiative?
That was his initiative. I don't know
Yes!
why I had to refresh my page, which is lame. And now everything is destroyed. Okay.
Can I ask you before we start, moving through water,
Yes. Now, let me tell you what's happening around you, yeah. You
yeah.
The arena fills with 30 feet of water everywhere that you can see water on the map. So there are some areas which have sand looking stuff here. That is land, pretty much. These rocks, you feel like you'd probably be able to climb up and get up on top of. And this thing here is the 75-foot column. And this is a torrent of water which is constantly falling down from the top. It looks like a crazy waterfall and it looks like it would probably fuck you up. It's a lot of water like slamming down and like splashing right next to you. It's very loud. The water is 30 feet around you, which means you are now swimming. What swimming is pretty much that for every 1 foot you move, I think you have to move 2 feet. So it's basically like difficult terrain.
My movement is now cut in half.
So while climbing or swimming, each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot. So yeah, basically you have half the movement. Unless you have a special swimming speed or anything, any bullshit for that. That's pretty much it.
And then can I ask,
certain areas around here are like slippery to climb up on, and that's the rocks. So the sand kind of area looks like you could climb up on it. This stuff looks like it might be more difficult to get on top of. It's dry on top, but it's slippery to like get up on. So you might need to make a check, which will be an action to get on top of that. And then you'll be on land, and you'll be doing whatever you want to do on land. Sir Sieg looks like he's struggling to swim right now as he bobs. It's like heavy armor. He's doing like a big kind of like this huge kind of ridiculous armor that he's wearing. So, any other questions?
Is fighting any different in water? No, you play it normal.
It's
As far as swinging, does anything get slowed down or anything?
I am playing it like Final Fantasy X, where you can just for some reason fight quite well. in
Okay, great.
water. I would feel like though, here's the thing. That is because at the moment you're on like equal footing. But you're not really. It's more like you're if say there was a fucking merman in here, there's like Triton folk, merfolk
Right.
and stuff. If he was in here,
You'd have advantage, probably.
you'd see him like bopping around you at like full speed and stuff. Your attacks kind of feel like, just for the purposes of this, all have disadvantage unless you can figure out a way to make it better.
All right, let's do this.
I just remembered something that I wrote down, and all of your attacks, yeah, it's bullshit. You're in deep, heavy water. It's up to you now. You are now just swimming. Can you imagine it for real? You're now in heavy bullshit scale mount armor. You've got a shadow sword, which is light. You are swimming. and it's bullshit to move around. It's bullshit to fucking attack. Bullshit to hurt shit.
Let's go!
Beginning round 1, melee contest, the Rose Guard Autumn Festival. Iridir, it's your turn.
Yeah, so I like lean in towards the to the guys around me and I say, so what exactly can I do to support him? What are the rules here? Everyone's been a bit well, a bit mysterious about them, frankly. I thought I'd receive some sort of message.
The guy in the red that you saw lined up before, he's kind of like an elf of some sort. He's got like a big wide smile on 2 of his teeth. Are kind of pointed, and he seems very proud of his looks and how he looks. One of his lips is slightly large on one side, like he's got a bit of a fat lip, and he licks it and says, the rules? Why don't you know the rules? Where are you from? The middle of the fucking forest?
Perhaps.
Right. Well, have you never been here before?
No.
Oh, you didn't ask anyone the rules?
Well, I've asked several people for the rules, but it seems as if everyone is a bit more preoccupied with the grandstanding of this tournament.
Give me a charisma check.
Flat charisma?
Yeah.
Or persuasion?
You're not really persuading him of anything. I just want to see how like charismatic you're being around him.
20.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of acknowledges you and says, well, if your boy makes it through, I'll be seeing him in the next round. But I do like a fair fight. They don't like it when you interfere too much, but the bards are here as a sort of leader of cheers, I would say. You're supposed to be there helping them in a way. This one, and he points to the conductor that stood just behind him, he says, he helps me out, he gives me a little luck here and there, inspires me somewhat. But if they do catch him doing anything else, it's usually a point deducted here, a point deducted there. Just a little slap on the wrist. I wouldn't go casting any spells, so.
Fair enough. Thank you. And I'm just going to say, Drift, you can do it. I believe in you. We all believe in you. You are the curse breaker. Never forget that.
Drift, give me a perception check, because for you, Iridir, there's just a wall of water that goes up,
11.
and he's like swimming his little legs, like swimming up in front of where you are. You kind of hear some noise from behind you that sounds like Iridir shouting at you. What do you want to do, Iridir?
That's it
Sorry.
for my turn.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it for my turn.
Drift!
Yeah! All right, so I'm swimming. I'm actually pretty good at swimming, so I'm not too uncomfortable.
Right.
The armor's weighing me down a little bit. But I'm gonna look straight at Sir Sieg and be like, time to drown. And I'm gonna just start stroking over to him, swimming over to him.
Yeah.
And I can get right in his face. I'm going into his zone. Straight up.
He's like trying to swim and also trying to draw his sword from his from its scabbard as he's kind of underwater, and like you're coming over to him like blah, 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 and he's like like doing his best.
And so as I'm swimming over, I am going to use the Hexblade's Curse. I'm going to point at him, and just with my eyes, I'm locking on, and I'm just going to curse him as a bonus action. And then I'm going to pull out my Shadow Sword right when I get like up to him, and I'm just going to stab it down. So I'm trying to like drown him while stabbing him. Obviously you can't do that, but just the idea, just in case. I'm trying to just jam it right into like his neck, down under the water.
Give me attack roll with disadvantage because you're underwater and you didn't do anything to help you. 10.
10?
Yeah, you come in and he's he's very thickly armored, and you do hit him, like you're like bong, and all you do is just hit this like super heavy armor that's on him, and it pushes him down a little bit, and he just very easily kind of like bats your arm away. It's that all slow-mo underwater flailing. From the top, you can hear the crowd kind of like as you see Seig kind of he comes back up. Oh, what are you doing, you idiot? I'll teach you, you little brat. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's all I have for that one.
All right. So Sieg, kind of. Let me just check that I got this on non-whispery bullshit. So I'm rolling all rolls on screen today because you guys won't believe me when you see how unbelievably powerful Sir Sieg is. You'll be like, this guy bullshitted all this shit. All right. So he is gonna attack you. With his longsword. Disadvantage 20 is still a hit. So like he
as he does that, I'm going to use my reaction to automatically cast shield on myself.
Nice, yeah. He like bats your arm away. He brings his sword out, and you see it. It's like a shark attack. It's like he just kind of wildly swings it underwater and stabs it out towards you. It pierces through the water. You see the kind of water part in front of it, and then how does your shield look?
The shield is going to bubble and ripple the water around me, sort of, and as it hits, it'll take all that water, and you'll see like waves going into the audience.
Yeah, the shield suddenly, and
it's like, have you ever gone to like a Shamu, like seen Shamu, and like it hits on the side? Those are the waves that are going to, like, the front row is getting drenched. You see like all the people just like
they're in the splash zone. It's freezing cold. It's like salt water, seawater, and it splashes all the people. The crowd goes wild. Sir Sieg goes, magic, is it? Oh, I've got something for magic. Oh, let me tell you, I can deal with magic users. Yes, I'm not afraid of you, child. He actually has multi-attack, so he's gonna hit you. From the. Oh, he's gonna attempt to hit you. I don't think he can. He just. Oh no!
I love that he's so fucking underwater.
He fucking hates it, and he's drowning.
Does he have to make an athletics check to stay above water?
I don't think so, because they're both swimming. They've just got disadvantage to stay up. It's on their movement.
Whack, are you fucking GM right now? I don't think you are. Shut up.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
He's just checking.
Simple question.
I mean, I would have actually liked. I would have appreciated that.
Well, if you're in. It's Scale Mail's medium armor, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to make an athletics check?
Look how into it PB is. She's so into it.
I'm so fucking into this right now.
I just don't want it to go on for 25 sessions. That's the issue.
No. We got this.
All right, fuck it. I'll make him do one. Tell me if.
Let's go.
I know heavy armor does.
If he can drown, that would be the funniest thing.
I don't know if medium armor swimming check. That's what I want to look up. Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh. I drown.
Oh, I thought. Oh, it's based on your strength. I thought it was a check as well. I'll do it based on strength, I guess. What is your strength right now?
Checking.
Or am I losing my mind?
It is based on strength.
My strength's a 1. Or a 12. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, actually, no, you're okay. Hang on. Scale mail. Am I dumb? Where is that? Scale mail. Yeah, you don't need to make a strength check. You're good. He does, because his strength needs to be 15. So his strength is over 15. His strength is over 15, and your strength is over 10 or 13 or whatever it is. So you're good. So you don't need to make checks. I won't fuck around with checks, but that is what I'll do it as. It'll be just based on your strength score. If you get the water zone again, if you make it past Sieg. All right, Iridi, your turn. What do you want to do?
I say, go Drift, you can do it! I have faith in you! You are the curse breaker! And I'm gonna use minor illusion, and I'm just gonna, as loud as I can with minor illusion sound, I say, go curse breaker! And that's it for my turn.
You're doing a minor illusion? No, but I thought it was about
Yep.
inspiration.
Well, he already is inspired from. He hasn't used his inspiration yet, so I'm not using another one. But I'm just sort of.
All right. Do you know
And
how
when
that
can I
works,
use
John?
that again? What?
You can use it on attack rolls or saving throws.
Awesome. Great. And what'd you say, Brad?
I just asked if you knew what a bardic inspiration was.
Yeah, no, I do.
In that case, it's your turn.
Okay, so the thing behind him is a huge pillar. No way I'm climbing that, right? There's nothing, but the rocks right next to it are getting rained down. Both of those rocks to the right of him are getting rained down by a
the
waterfall.
top of the column is just knocking a waterfall out. It's not really rocks. It was just kind of hard to find something that looked similar, to be honest. It's mostly just like huge torrents of water. It looks like heavy amounts of waterfall, though.
Okay. So there's no standing spot anywhere around this area right here.
Yeah, the closest one to you is here and here. You could stand up on these. These are only like a little ways out of the water, and then you could easily stand on. These are dry. These kind of just magically appeared. Like everything that happens in these arena, by the way, is like these wizards chant, and then fucking shit materializes around you. It's kind of how this stuff all appeared around you.
All right, I'm gonna.
But they're high enough up out of the water that you could stand on them.
Okay, I'm gonna try one more time at stabbing him right in the neck. I'm gonna go for it one more time. But I'm also gonna use a bonus action to cast Wrathful Smite.
Yeah.
So the next time you hit with the melee weapon attack, it deals an extra 1d6 psychic damage. If the target's a creature, it must pass a wisdom save or a frightened until the spell ends.
Cool. Nice.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So you see me bring the sword back up again and say, you were lucky last time. And I just like, with my full little mini body, just all my abs, all my torque I have, I pull myself out of the water and then go straight down into his shoulder.
All right. Still disadvantage.
Oh, crap. I'll just roll it again, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 13.
Yeah,
Can I use that then? To make it a 17?
No, you gotta roll a
it.
1d6.
Roll these.
Oh, a 1d6?
Yeah.
All right. An 18!
18 is a hit.
Yeah!
Give me all the shit you do on a hit.
All right, so 9 damage. I roll a 1d6 psychic damage. Oh, only 1. So it's 10. And then because I am using, we are wrecking. Because I'm using Hexblade, what do I get with that? What's the fun thing? It's been a while since we fought. No, I didn't get a critical. You gain a bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target. The bonus equals your proficiency bonus.
Which is, you are level what? 3? 2?
2.
Level 3.
It's 2, so plus 2, so an extra 2 damage. Nice.
Extra 2 damage.
So 12 damage in
12.
total.
12 damage.
And also he has to make a wisdom save? Or did I hear that wrong?
He also, from the Wrathful Smite, he has to, as an action, the creature can make a wisdom check against your spell save DC to end the spell.
All right.
Yeah, it's a
Cast for Wrathful Smite, though?
Yeah,
Yeah, he-
as a bonus action before that
He did it.
for the 1d6.
Oh, that was the 5. Okay. So
What is
this
your spell save DC? He rolled a 12.
No, wait, where do I check that?
Go to the spells page. It's up
Okay.
at the top.
Spell save DC is 14.
He fails then. So you just you fucking like dolphin leap out of the water. You cast Wrathful Smite on your sword and then come down, and like Sieg is like barely out of the water. He's like struggling with his long sword, just and then you just bong on his head, and he just he begins to flail. He drops his long sword, and you see it sink to the bottom, and he's just he is now frightened. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and rolls while the source of its fear, which is you, is within line of sight and can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. Does he get saves or anything at the end of its turns, or is he just fucking feared for all life? Wrathful Smite.
Wrathful Smite
If you click it,
says,
it'll come up in the.
I'm pretty sure it's at the end.
must pass a wisdom save or be frightened until the end of the spell. As an action, the creature can make a wisdom check against your spell save DC to end the spell.
Oh, he can try and. Oh, that's
he has
weird.
to make an action.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good.
That's really weird. Yeah, I didn't even know that.
I brought it.
Okay, is that the end of your turn there?
Yeah. If he's frightened and I move, just out of curiosity for future, if I move out of range, does he get an opportunity of attack?
I don't
Just
know.
for future.
I don't know. If
So wait,
Okay.
you didn't roll your.
I don't think. I
so
think
the
you still
five,
will.
The 5 was from my inspiration. What you didn't roll your Wrathful Smite damage, or do you get damage from it?
I did. Oh, 1d6 was the
1d6, you got
damage.
the 1.
That was from his curse.
No, the curse
no,
was right above
5.
it. I got 5.
No, that was their inspiration. Inspiration, damage,
Oh,
curse.
yeah, curse.
Never roll your Wrathful Smite damage. I thought that's what my 5 was for, though.
Yeah.
I know I did. The
No,
one
you-
is. What was the
know
one
it.
from then?
Your
Oh no,
Hexblade's
yeah,
curse.
he did. It is. It's the 1. The curse is
Oh, okay.
just the 2 proficiency. It was the 2 proficiency.
Yeah.
We added it on without it being in there. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I think he will still get an attack opportunity on you. But remember, you're underwater and stuff, and he also has dropped his sword.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not leaving. All right, sweet. It's the end of my turn.
Cool. So Sieg is going to make his attempt to break your fear thing. He is flailing underneath you. Just in terms of
What a
his
joke.
movement, he is now in the same spot as you, but like 5 feet underneath. To signify that, I will just move him to like here, but he is technically under you. We don't have verticality on Roll20, but that's what his movement is, and then he's going to use an action to make a whiz save. 10. He's underneath. Iridir, it's your turn.
So I sort of like turn to the crowd and I just throw up my hands and I spin my loot around my body and I like catch the loot and I start like playing it furiously fast and I say, "That's your curse breaker! Get loud!" And I'm gonna give him another bardic inspiration.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
All right, you have another bardic inspiration drift. So Sieg is underneath you, sinking.
Good. I'm gonna make him sink even more. I'm taking the sword back out, and I'm going to wait. Like, is he like dying, or no? Just about to pass out. I mean,
You can give me an action and.
nah, I don't give a shit.
medicine
I'm gonna
check to
take
see
my
if he's
sword
dying.
and I'm gonna just keep burying him deeper and deeper under the water. I'm actually going to dip my head under and look at him with my eyes under the water. I'm gonna open him up and I'm gonna look into his eyes. And in that moment, I'm just gonna like pull up my left hand that's not holding the sword, and I'm just gonna go. And then boom, I'm gonna stab the sword right into him.
Okay. He waved for listeners.
Disadvantage, right?
Still disadvantage, yeah.
And I'm going to 16 against heavy. Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration
Okay,
from
roll me a
to make
D6.
it 16. Oh, or
You got to roll a
we'll see what
6.
it
You have to roll a 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, you got a 12. You need to roll a 4 to get a 16.
Come on, 16.
It is a 16.
16?
I don't know why.
Makes it, breaks it.
I don't know why you want a 16. His AC is 18.
Oh, you said 16. I got all pumped.
I don't know why you thought it was 16. Yeah, you still hit him. You just like, boom, you hit the plate and he's just like,
Right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
underneath you. Anything else?
No, let's see what he does.
All right, he's going to try and grab your foot. I think he's just going to try and grab your foot.
Does he have to break out of being frightened first or no?
He gets a
No,
disadvantage.
he's just disadvantaged, but
on
he's
any attack
disadvantaged
rolls.
anyway. You're all disadvantaged either way.
Cool.
So, So, give me a athletics or an acrobatics check. Let's see if he's got any bullshit here. Yeah, he does. Wow. You got to beat a critical 20, natural 20. No, actually, no. You got to beat an 18. Sorry, it's disadvantage. He rolled a 20.
Do I have disadvantage too?
You do, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Acrobatics. 17, 15.
A 15 is not enough.
Damn it.
So, like, I feel like it's not like one of these horrible moments. He's just flailing, and he's just wildly flailing. And you just feel this, like, gauntleted grip, just vice grip around your ankle. And he just begins to sink. And you begin to sink with him. And, like, this just...
Why are we both holding our breath now?
He's got you round the ankle, and he's just pulling you under the water. And he sinks down to the bottom. And he's got you, and he's like his feet just, and he's holding you above him, but he's screaming, like he is screaming shit at you, but you can't tell because you're both under, like it's just like swinging you around in this big, like he feels pretty strong, to be honest, underneath all this armor and stuff, and he's got you in like this grip, and he begins to like drag you closer to him. Iridir, it is then your turn from the sidelines. Through this haze of water, you're on the same level as them. You can see this kind of happening. This is the Blitzball arena, right? It's like one of those things where you can kind of magically see into the water quite well what's going on.
Okay.
So you can see this happening ahead of you. Behind a column, actually.
Yeah.
It'd be quite hard to see, maybe, behind that column.
Okay. So, yeah, I feel like, I mean, I'm trying to watch this, so I'm getting into position wherever I can. So if he's behind the column, then I'm definitely gonna like try and sort of follow him. Like I'll move down here or whatever to see if I can see him.
Yeah.
And then if I see him like under the water, I'm gonna say, "Oh no, drift!" And I'm going to cast Minor Illusion into the water, and I'm going to create the chest from the fire temple with teeth.
Okay. Where are you putting it? I'll give you a token.
I'm putting it. Yeah, it's 30 feet for me. So basically, I'm trying to put it in the best possible spot for him to see it. So probably like near the rocks or something, right here.
I think it was this token, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just got teeth and like it's just snapping and stuff.
All right. Token controlled by Iridir. You can put it where you want.
Okay. Yeah. I can only do it 30 feet away from me, so it's gonna be like right here. Yeah, and it's just like chomping away.
Yeah. I don't know why you're doing this, but okay. It's the most terrifying thing that could ever happen.
I'm fucking gone. That's why he wants me to go the other way. I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
If I see it.
Sure. Let's see. Here.
Trying to cook up his adrenaline.
Yeah.
Launch him out of the water like a dolphin.
So the gentleman next to you in the red says, you know, it wasn't too long ago that it was my first tournament, and all this new water stage, lightning stage, and all that poppycock. There was one where there was just absolutely no air the entire time. What do they call it? Space? Vacuum? Something like that. I don't know what that means. It's all new to me, but during my first run out there on the grass, my first bard cast a spell as well, and I lost that fight. Let's just say it wasn't my fault. And you see some weird shit happen as the wizards. In fact, he probably nods up to the wizards, and you see them all looking at you, Iridir, and they snap their heads in unison back towards Drift and begin to chant, and they each raise a hand and they click a finger.
Fuck!
Roll me a d20, Drift.
$19.
I think all of the issues with Roll20 is actually just my computer tonight, of all the nights. 19, okay, give me a second.
Am I dead?
Okay. Thank you very much. Your turn. What do you want to do?
Whose turn?
Yours.
Okay, I see the chomping thing in the water, and I need to get out. How does disengage work again?
It's your action. You just use your action, but you are grappled. So let's see here.
Great. I'm gonna cut off his arm.
I don't know if it works. Does disengage work on a grapple?
I have no idea, but I don't care because I'm gonna cut off his arm.
You have
Escaping
to,
a grapple. A grapple creature, you must use your action to attempt to escape by succeeding on an athletics or an acrobatics check. So you basically need to give me an acrobatics check or an athletics check to escape from his contested check. You got to do it again. If you want to escape, you have to roll me a. What did you do last time? Acrobatics.
How long can I go underwater, Brad? How long can I be underwater?
To be honest, you're actually pretty good. It's your Constitution score which impacts it. I think it's a minute plus.
Great. So that's 6 turns.
Why?
10 turns.
Or 10 turns. Yeah. Sorry.
A minute is 10 turns. Let's see. Hang on. I don't know. Fucking 1 plus your con modifier. So what is that for you? Because I know what it is for Sieg, because I've already been doing it.
What's your Constitution modifier?
What's your con modifier?
14.
John? The number will be
Your modifier is 14.
Oh, 2.
All
Yeah.
right. So it's the same for both of you. You can hold your breath at the same amount of time.
Great.
So it's 30 turns, basically. 3 rounds.
All right, so in the moment, I see the chomping thing. I want to get out of there, and literally, I just take my sword, and I'm going to really try and cut off his arm from where he's grabbing me, his wrist, like right here, through the bone.
Give me an attack roll.
Okay. With disadvantage, right?
Yeah. That is a hit. Give me the damage.
14.
14?
It's
Yeah.
disadvantage, right?
Yeah, give me the damage.
Wait, what? How? Okay. 11
11.
plus. I get the because he still has a curse on him.
No, he doesn't. Or, I mean, you don't. You bring your sword up and the grip is holding onto you and you swing the sword down. You get this weird mirage. Suddenly the water shifts in front of you and you see like a mirror version of yourself suddenly swing the sword back at you, and the sword of the mirror version of you hits you and deals 11 slashing damage to you this time.
Okay.
You just see, I feel like you probably get like a run of blood run across the water. It just Drift just randomly is injured as far as everyone else is concerned. Sieg is on the wall like holding on to you for dear life.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay. Sir Sieg. Sir Sieg is going to attempt to bear hug and crush you. Give me an athletics check. Yeah, athletics check. Oh, actually, no, I'll roll it here. Hang on, I'm done. Man, you're lucky I'm rolling this here because that was a.
Oh my god.
4 from Drift and a 7 from.
Wait a minute. Wait, Brad.
Yeah.
Isn't my AC 18? So wouldn't I block my own shot?
No, you can't block it.
Okay.
It's just damage. It's just reflected damage back at you. That's all that is. Your next attack ricochets the damage back to you, pretty much. So Sieg drags you down and grabs you and starts to squeeze you. It's a 7. Let's see here. He's just gonna squeeze the life out of you. I feel like roll me a D10.
4.
He's gonna knock 4 of your turns out of your 30. Yeah. Are you keeping track? Shall I keep track of you as well?
No, of course not. Please keep track for me.
All right, let's go back. So,
Give me some warnings.
So it's been 2 turns since you were dragged under, right? No, wait, 1, 2, 3. 3 turns. 3 turns of 30? No,
Yeah.
don't lie to me. Don't
I really
fracture
have no
worlds.
idea. I don't know.
1, 2,
It's me.
3.
3 was the last time you didn't contest it.
and this is the 4th.
This is 4th. Okay, so
Yes.
you're down to 26. So he knocks you down to 22. He has been underwater for longer than you. I counted it. 6.
Is this gonna turn into the battle of us just squeezing each other's breath?
He was under you for a whole. Oh wait, he's on 6. This is 24. Yeah. So I'll put that as that until the next round, and then I'll keep it from this one. He's just crushing you now. Iridir, your turn.
Okay, so I see that and I say, "Oh, is that against the rules?"
The gentleman next to you says, "What? You casting spells? Did you declare that spell?"
No.
Oh, well then yes, of course. There are 2
It's
spells.
a simple illusion.
Right. Yes. Well, I think this is quite off grounds for us casting spells. You know, if I was to step in and stab Sieg in the face, you know, same thing.
An illusion is different than. Oh, right. And I turn it off.
He says, "Well, your boy's not disqualified. At least they're usually quite lenient as long as we're entertaining the crowd, you know."
Yeah, I just turn it off. And I say, Drift is down, but he's not out. You can do it, Drift. I believe in you. And I will do another bardic inspiration on him.
Okay, you got another bardic inspiration. Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah. The small frame of Drift is now crushed, grappled by Sir Sieg underwater, and he's trying to crush the life out of you. What would you like to do, my boy?
Personally, I want to grapple him and start squeezing the life out of him and just have that battle, but that's not entertaining. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, the crowd wants something amazing. They want something.
Also, you have a strength of 14.
They want something incredible. So I'm going to once again take my sword, and I feel inspired and good. And I'm going to I'm gonna put my hand over his mouth to try and stop some of his breathing. And I'm gonna wedge it right, trying to get into the neck. So I'm sort of just bringing it up and trying once again to just get through the armor into the neck with this slash right motherfucking here. Ah!
An 11.
And no, I'm not.
You're like trying to do this. He's like crushing you and screaming, and you're just like ding, 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 just like hitting the. He's armored. He's like super heavily armored, right? There is soft points, of course, but it's not. It's not enough. 11 is not enough. He has a lot of armor on him, and it is fucking hard to move around underwater as the life is being crushed out of you. Is that the end of your turn?
There's no like bonus action disengages, right?
There are, but not for you.
Yeah, I don't have the expeditious retreat in it. All right.
Thing.
Yeah, that's my end of my turn.
Okay.
Fuck.
So. Okay. Sir Sieg is going to crush you some more. Give me an athletics check. You gotta be a 13. 17. Yeah, he tries crushing you. And you're like getting to such a position where you can hold his arms out and just like you're in like fucking Attack on Titan mode here, where they're trying to crush you and you're doing the like crazy push to the sides of the wall type thing. And it doesn't crush you. It doesn't crush any more of the rounds out of you. I'm going to minus off 3 rounds from each of these things because we've gone round. I'm going to do it on Sir Sieg's turn every turn until we get real close to the danger zone. And elbows up, everybody. Iridir, brings us to you.
So I'm just gonna yell, Drift! Break away! Get away from him! You need to get out of the water! and I'm going to. Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting with bated breath, trying to scream at him. I don't think I can really do anything else, so that's it for me.
Yeah, Walter leans in and says, "Truly, I don't know what I would have done. I really hope I don't have to swim today. I don't want to have to get my boots wet."
Are those suede?
He says, "Why, yes, yes." And he like moves his boot out in such a way that he can like look at them. He's super proud of them. Drift, your turn.
Do I hear that or no?
You hear Iridir, yeah.
Okay. I'm going for one more stab.
Give me the attack roll.
This is the one I promised, and I just think about being underwater and the chest. I don't know where it went because I saw it was there, and I feel like it's like swimming up behind me now, and I need to get out of here. So I'm going for a huge stab. One more. Sorry. God damn it!
A 9 on your disadvantage. And yeah, under the water, just the sound of Sieg, just like you can see inside his helmet here. He has like a strange kind of keyhole to the front of the helmet, and you look in, and his eyes are super wide. He looks like he's freaking out. He's for sure a human man, quite a bit larger than you would expect, but he doesn't look very muscular. He looks like he's had one too many sausage rolls, maybe. And he kind of like his already quite rounded cheeks are expanded all the way out to the sides of his helmet, and his eyes are bulging in front of him as he attempts to crush you again. Give me an athletics check. Oh, you got to beat an 8.
Oh my god.
You actually have disadvantage, so you need to roll again, I think.
Wait. I could technically use my bardic.
My bardic, but you have to roll again anyway.
Yeah, you got to do this one, just in case you get a 1.
I have disadvantage on athletics?
Yeah, you have disadvantage on everything under here, underwater, I think. He has disadvantage.
You could technically beat it if you.
So you can use a bardic inspiration here if you want.
How many things will get a D6 will get taken off?
No, but
up to a D6.
You can add it. What are you asking? Sorry, I'm confused now.
How many turns of me being underwater could be taken off?
You have to roll a D10.
D10. How many do we have total right now?
You have 19. No, wait, no, we went round another round. You have 16.
And if I am underwater and lose, or I passed out, right?
Yeah.
Or do I start taking damage?
No, if you get to 0, you just fall unconscious. It's instant. You just slip unconscious and turn, and it's just death saves instantly.
Do I have a 4 or a 3? I have a 3, right? I take my disadvantage.
You have a 3, yeah, sorry.
So I would need to literally get a 6.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I'm good. I'm risking it.
You're rolling it or you're not?
No.
Oh, in that case, you lose. Roll me a D10. He crushes
Low number.
you further.
Yes!
3.
Yes!
So
Okay.
you go down to 13. Yeah, he crushes you. I mean, he's still crushing you. He looks like he's super drowning too, and he's really freaking out. But his panic is kind of giving him like panic strength, and he's just crushing you. And you feel a little like there's like a as you expel a little air. That's the end of his turn, though. Iridir.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna like magnify my voice with the minor illusion, and I'm going to say, Drift, get out of the water! Break free!
Sure. That's it.
That's it.
Great. Drift.
I'm getting out of there. I'm listening to the second turn. I'm done.
Acrobatics
I'm done.
check.
What do I need to hit here? Is it
I'll tell you right now. You got to beat a 9.
disadvantaged?
Disadvantage acrobatics check, please.
Please. Ah! No! Fuck! Wait, I can use my inspiration. I'm using it.
Go.
Holy shit.
Roll me a d6. I think it's
I
gonna
need
be,
to-
it's enough either
if I
way,
get a
but let's
1.
see how, whatever, yeah.
I'm
5.
good. Wow!
Yeah, you hear the voice of Hero. For the record, people, he rolled an 8 and then rolled his bardic inspiration and got a 5. You break free. Suddenly, you're free of the grip. In fact, you're not swimming away yet, because that's up to you. But you break his arms open. He kind of stumbles backwards. You're out of his grip. You're no longer grappled. But now you can do what you want in front of him.
Okay, I'm going to I'm gonna swim to the rocks. I want to head that way towards the rocks, towards dry land.
All right.
I can only move 15. Right, he doesn't get an opportunity of attack for this, does he?
He does.
No, I need to get above water. I don't want to pass out.
What are you doing? Sorry?
I gotta get out of here. What am I at number-wise for being passed out?
13.
Great.
You got
I should
13
just
more
get out of here.
turns.
But he's not holding me anymore, right? So that's 13 turns.
It's 13 turns. You know, yeah. He's not holding you anymore. He won't be crushing you anymore.
But it's turns like era. Okay.
13 turns.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go above the water.
All right.
I'm out.
He will get an
Take your
opportunity. Okay.
But isn't he frightened?
He is frightened, but all that means is he gets disadvantage.
Got you. Okay.
He already has.
Okay.
Yeah?
You can't double. Yeah, I'm out. Going up. Get me above water.
He can't move closer to you.
He can't move closer to you,
Right.
but he is going to try and grab you. As you swim away, you just...
With his opportunity of attack?
Yeah. I looked it up
Motherfucker.
because I was waiting for it to happen.
Come on, Brad, stop!
Since opportunity attack, you use your action to make one melee attack, and a grapple is a melee attack.
I can't use shield again. I've already used my 2 spells.
Doesn't matter. This is
that's
acrobatics
true.
check. Please. With disadvantage, you gotta beat a 12.
Yes! Yes! I'm out,
14.
dude. I'm fucking out.
You feel the gauntleted fingers like brush the bottom of your boot. He grabs your boot off your foot actually, just whoom, and you slip out of the boot as you swim upwards. You just you can swim all the way to the top with 30 feet, and then like, do you swim all the way up? You just like.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
that'll be my
like,
turn.
We just see Drift just. There's a roar from the crowd just, as you get out of the thing. Sieg underneath you. And that's the end of your turn, yeah?
Yep.
Sieg, he's grabbing at part of his armor, trying to undo it. And he just kind of starts to swim upwards as well. But he is swimming away from where you are. Let me just grab his token here.
Wouldn't he have to swim down because he can't go towards me?
He is...
I'm kidding. I know. He's going the other way of where I'm
going away from you anyway, yeah. So
awesome.
He can't swim down. He's on the bottom. He's walking along the bottom of the thing, like space walking to the other side. But he has not got his full movement, but he will, I guess, dash action gives him the full. Just check what he's got. Yeah, so he can get to this thing and be climbing. He's climbing like 10 foot up this thing, but he's only 10. He's still underwater and climbing up. Let me just reduce his because he's still fucking drowning. Iridir, your turn.
Yeah, I'm just like, ah! I'm screaming for the crowd. I'm just kind of like jumping up and down, and I'm saying, "There is your curse breaker. He has broken the grip of his enemy, and now he will lay him before him." and I give him my last bardic inspiration.
Cool.
Let's go.
Drift, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to. Can I just mirror him? Because he's on the bottom, right? Can I just swim directly like above him, like just
You're
like
still 20
a
feet above
alligator?
him. Yeah.
What?
You're still
Okay,
20
great.
feet above, yeah, so you can do that.
So I'm just gonna swim and be literally right above him if he tries to come up. Can I get up on these rocks? Actually?
Let's see how much you got. So you move from here. Yeah, you can. You
I
have to make
see.
me a strength check though, because they're slippery.
They are slippery. If I failed it, what would happen?
Let me
I just wouldn't get up there.
let me check what I got here.
I just don't want. I don't want to slip and do something stupid. If I'm not supposed to know that, that's fine too.
Yeah, you just won't. You just slip off and you don't make it.
Okay, great. And my last question is, I have all my breath back, right? Like, if I went back under, we'd reset that whole turn thing.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm still at 13.
You've
Okay.
refilled like the breath meter on a video game.
Here's a
Yeah.
strength check. Normal or disadvantage?
Normal.
5.
Yeah, you like.
I'm just above him.
You like
in the water.
you swim above him and then you just like climb up these things and then you just grab one. It's just super slippery. You just splash into the water. That's the end of your turn.
Oh,
yeah.
and I don't have my crossbow because you're only allowed to say one weapon. Right?
Yeah. Why? What was your plan? Oh, you're gonna fire down into the
I'm
thing.
just gonna fire down into the water. Okay, that's fine.
All right. Sieg climbs up. Oh no, he can't. He can't. He is still scared of you. He's gonna make a wisdom save. A 9 does not beat your thing. He stays underwater and continues to drown. He just looks up. I guess he'll move away, but like around here more. As he heads away from you. As he heads towards these other rocks.
So he's still 20 feet down?
Yeah.
What do
In
I
fact,
even
he's
do?
30
Okay.
feet down now. He's on the bottom. He's 30 feet down. Iridir, it's your turn.
So yeah, as soon as
You're
I see
pretty
Drift,
close to you as well. Like Sieg is just like
You see Sieg
just
through the...
fucking moving. He appears around some rocks, just freaking out.
yeah, as soon as I see Drift like burst forth from the water, I start playing my lute like as intensely as possible, like sort of trying to get the like really fast, like intense kind of rhythm going with the crowd, and I say, there is Drift the Cursebreaker! Drift! Win! You can do this! Get on the rocks! And that's it for me. I don't have anything else I can do.
All right, Drift.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep... I'm gonna hover over him. I'm gonna swim over, and I'm gonna get on the rocks right next to like where this is. I'm gonna try.
All right. So Sieg, wisdom save.
Oh wait, strength check for me, right?
Oh, you're getting on the
To get
rocks?
on the rocks?
Sorry, I thought you were just
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
above him.
I'm gonna sit above it, like on the rock, like one space away from him.
Give me an strength check.
13?
13 is a make. Yeah, you can get up there. You
Let's
climb
go!
up.
All right.
Climb up on the rocks and stand up there. Underneath the water, though, Sir Sieg starts climbing up towards you as he breaks the Raffle Smite curse, and he just he is now climbing up to here.
Does he make it above the water?
Yes. He actually he gets to the top and just like he grabs the rocks near where your boots are and just oh no, oh god. I thought I was going to drown, you little shit. And that's the end of his turn though. Iridir, you doing anything?
Yeah, I really can't. I can't. So I'm just sort of stomping my feet. Drift! 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 Drift!
All right. Drift, your turn.
Okay, he's right below me. I can stab him hard now, right? Normal attack, normal everything.
Yeah, you're up. You're on the surface now.
Oh, let's go! And do I still have a bardic or no? No. Right? I used it.
You didn't use
No,
your
you
last
haven't.
one.
I didn't use the last one.
Yeah, he replenished it.
I'm gonna kill this guy right now. He's dead. I mean, probably not, but I'm gonna give him a good old stab, a good old classic actual stab. If I miss this, all right. 21.
21. Give me the damage.
That is with with Hexblade's curse. That is a crit.
No.
It's treated as a crit.
Is it?
Yep.
Why?
Hexblade's curse says you gain a bonus to damage rolls against any attack you roll to make the curse target is a critical hit on a roll of 19-20 on a d20.
You didn't roll.
You didn't roll a 19. You rolled a 15.
God damn
plus
it.
2.
Okay, cool. Fine. Here's the damage.
If you hover over it, it'll tell you what it is. On the bottom right.
Got you.
7 plus 2 is a 9.
It would have been sick. I would have loved if it was. 7 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I feel like you get something else? Oh, you don't. It was the raffle smite, wasn't it? All right, so you
That
do
was raffle
9.
smite.
You do 9 damage. I feel like you just smack him, like donk him on the head. Bong! He's just like, Wah! His head like slaps into the water. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me. He starts stumbling on the rocks.
Does he get advantage on his attack for being on the rock?
I don't know why.
Well, because he could have rolled again. Maybe he could have gotten that.
But why does he get advantage? I mean,
because he's a fire. I don't know. I'm just saying. Hey, listen.
He's just asking.
all right.
He's my bard, all right? He's my bard.
High
Don't.
ground. Don't try it, Sir Sieg. All right, Sir Sieg is gonna give
Worked for Obi-Wan.
yeah an athletics check to try and jump up. He climbs up out of the rocks and just
It's
like
game time.
and like he's like scratching his armor along these rocks. Just he kind of stands up warily. And he kind of stumbles and stands and just says, "Right, you've had it now." He reaches down to his scabbard for his longsword, and it's not there. And that is the end of his turn. Iridir.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm just continuing my chant of drift and trying to get the crowd sort of into it.
All right.
Great.
Drift. Your turn.
I'm gonna stab him off these rocks, right in the chest. I'm gonna find that little piece of emptiness and stab him right in the chest. And I just 19.
19. 19's in the chat. Is a hit.
12 damage plus 2, 14 damage.
12 damage plus 2 is 14. All right. Yeah, I feel like you drive this shadow sword forwards. It catches the soft kind of lining between Sieg's like breastplate and his legs, and you just see this shadow sword like burst forward. He just a bunch of blood just like runs out from the back of him. You run him through pretty much, but through one side. You bring this thing backwards, and just a bunch of blood starts running down the side of his armor and running out into the water. There is an enormous cheer from the crowd at the sight of so much blood. They're just like losing their damn minds. So Sieg is not down though. He is still up.
That's crazy to me.
This is Sieg, dude. He's just he's a big boy.
He's a brute.
So, let's see here. Is that the end of your turn there?
Yes.
All right. Sieg reaches down into his boot and pulls out a dagger.
What?
And it brandishes it in front of you and says, "Right. Oh, bloody hell, you little shit. Who the fuck are you anyway? Where the fuck did you come from, you little bastard?" He just
Drift the curse breaker!
stumbles forward and just kind of thrusts the dagger wildly towards you, slashing at you. A 20 and a 24 is 2 hits, I think.
Wow.
Disadvantage,
Yeah?
disadvantage, frightened.
He's not
He's
frightened.
not frightened anymore.
He's not frightened,
Oh,
and they're not underwater. They're on these. They're standing like fucking pirates on these rocks right now. Sieg is just wildly swinging these dagger towards Drift. Drift kind of like pulls his blade out, runs the blade kind of behind him, but then this dagger starts running back and forth.
Can I use my bardic inspiration to block one of the or to like
To get next to you?
use-
No, you can if he has a certain type of bardic school, but he doesn't. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Fuck.
All right, 2 hits then, a 20, 4, and a 6, 10 in total. You good?
Barely.
So he's just swiping. He swipes one across like your arm that has the sword out. Then he brings another one and it just runs it across the side of your cheek. Just whoosh, instant cut. Just whoosh. Sieg just like stumbles a little on these rocks. Just yeah, that's it. Yes. You're done now. Bloody water. The water is like running out of him as well, like just like cartoonishly like squirting out from the armor. Some of it covered in like is like a red color. Iridir, your turn. Anything?
I'm yelling. He has another weapon! He has another weapon! He's cheating!
Yeah. I feel like next to you, the other guy just laughs. What? Your boy didn't take any other weapons in?
Because there's only one weapon allowed.
No, you can take as many melee weapons as you like.
Fuck.
As long as you declare it. He like nods down to his boot and there's a dagger like handle sticking out the top. He's like, you've always got to have a dagger spare. Come on, man.
Don't you worry, I have one. Where did you get those boots after all?
Oh, these? You should go and see J. Crew. Or was it JP Crew?
Exactly true.
Drift, it is your turn.
That's where I got my shirt, actually.
Yes, I admire it.
Okay, what does the healing potion do as far as healing, Brad?
A potion is 2d4 plus 2 on a normal healing.
And how bad would you say he's looking right now?
Give me you can give me a passive disadvantaged medicine check because you can't
Okay.
see much of him under all of his armor, and I'm being nice.
9.
A 9. You're not sure. You know that he has taken 2 relatively bad blows. The second one must have like run him through pretty bad. But he also looks quite wide. So you don't know how much damage is done to like. You're hoping that you've like run through some liver or something and really fucking killed him, but you might have just made a really big nasty gash along his side. You can't really tell. He is swaying around, but he's always been swaying around. Even when he was stood in the thing, he was kind of staggering about. So you're not too sure.
Here's internal struggle. If I use the health potion, it's a turn, and then he's gonna get 2 swipes again like that and bring me down. I'm gonna be honest, I'm at 6 health. So I'm 1 hit away realistic. If I miss this hit, I lose. So it's like, where do I weigh my options, right?
Well,
What would Drift do?
you gotta make a choice. WWDD in the chat. What would Drift do?
He's putting on a show.
Oh!
Yeah, he's putting on a show. He wouldn't take the healing potion right now.
Crowd have gone insane.
Drift looks towards the audience, and he holds up his shadow sword, and he just screams at the top of his lungs, "This is for you! This is for all of you!" And he just stands there, and sort of like a Spartan kick kind of thing. He does it, but like think of with the sword. He's doing a Spartan sword stab. And fucking swings in.
Attack
The
roll,
most
please.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's a crit, right?
Is it a
25.
crit? 25.
It's a 19 because he has
It's a 19.
It's a
Motherfucker.
fucking
It's a
crit!
crit.
It's a fucking crit!
Okay, so
Right.
the damage, please, and you get to roll an extra D8. For
9.
the crit.
Oh, 11 plus 6. 17.
I'm dizzy. I screamed so loud.
17? Brad, if he doesn't go down, you have made him way too powerful.
How would you like to end this fight, Drift Icebreaker?
Yes! Oh my god! Exactly how I said it. Spartan kind of stab, fucking off the rock. I want his body flailing, just fucking off. And my sword will like follow him down and then shadow back to me, kind of.
Yeah.
Which you've never seen before. But the sword's like in him for like the shot, and then the sword shadow backs to me.
Yeah. The form of Sir Sieg is stabbed, and he doesn't even say anything, he's just oh! And he falls silent within the helm. You see this huge kind of heavy plated body falling. It hits the water and begins to sink. Bubbles lifting up. As soon as his body hits the ground, boom, the water begins to. The torrent from the waterfalls suddenly stop and pinch off, and the water just drains away into the bottom. The crowd goes fucking wild. King Wilma stands up and speaks into his scepter and says, "The winner of round 1, newcomer, Drift the Cursebreaker!" The crowd goes insane around you at your win. Congratulations, Drift. You have won the first round.
Holy fuck, that was hard.
We're going to shift across town.
Yeah. Thank God.
Underground.
I need. I love that we didn't even take a break today. We're just like,
We're not even taking a fucking
before we
break.
shift, by the way, like I'm creating a minor illusion in the air of Drift like standing on top of Sir Sieg with his hands on his hips and his shadow stored in his other hand, sort of like a big fuck you to Sir Sieg.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
The guy that's next to you, in the red, says, "Huh, not bad, I suppose, for a beginner." And he begins to step forward as the water's draining away. You see that the people who are like dealing with this thing, the kind of guards, the military guards, they kind of usher him out, and then they usher his bard out because he is in the next round. And that is where we shift across town. But first, we're going to go to an extremely short break because Pumpkinberry has had this entire time to pee, and she didn't.
No, I already went, and then I had to go again because this is so fucking hype. I got so excited. I have to pee again.
All right. We're going to go to a very short break, and when we
Like
return...
2 minutes.
Go pee,
It's
fam. Go
literally,
pee.
yeah, everyone pee. You got 2 minutes starting
Yeah.
now.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome back, one and all. But not
Holy
to the
shit, was that not the craziest fucking shit you've ever seen? It was so good.
It was pretty crazy. Pretty fucking crazy. But we have other things, okay? The tournament is fun and crazy. But you know what isn't fun and crazy? The sewers.
Being trapped in the sewers.
Being trapped in the sewers. Where is the sewers, you ask? Even I don't know. Can we go to the sewers, please, Brad? Obey him. Alright, let's see here. Willkommen to the sewers. Rin. Now, can the others see anything in here?
No,
Okay.
I'll just watch the stream though.
Yeah, you might have to watch the stream for a bit. I don't know how to make you see what Rin sees without giving you access to a character sheet, to be honest. I don't know if it's possible to do it.
It's fine. I'll watch the stream.
You just make a light and assign the light for us.
All right,
what I
I'll
mean?
do that in a second. The so Rin, the last we saw of you, you had been sent out of this sort of underground jail area. That was a little confusing. It smelt very terribly, and you step out of this room, closing a door behind you, and you step into a pure stench of urine, feces, and all sorts of messes that you don't want to think of hitting your nose, but they do. The Rose Guard sewer system lies before you. It's a very basic set of tunnels with varying twists and turns, and there's a rudimentary sort of path that lies elevated above this kind of aqueduct, like a water run underneath you. The water is running away from you. The smell is awful, but you have wandered around Rosegard for the last 2 days, so I think you probably have picked up that there's likely to be ladders or doorways that will take you back up to street level, because I think you probably would have seen them around, and it's pretty obvious. It's very simplistic, the sewer system in Rosegard. So you know that you just have to find a way up, pretty much, and you're pretty sure that'll take you back up to street level.
Okay.
As you step out, when you look behind you, there is no door, though, just a plain wall covered in grime.
Okay.
You have a set of books in a sort of burlap sack, and a throbbing finger would be an understatement, I imagine, as you are missing a finger and slightly injured down here. What would you like to do?
I'd like to look around to see what I see.
Okay, give me a perception check.
25.
25, natural 20. You see everything that you need to see, but it's not too much. You are an elf. It is pitch black down here. There is no lights, but you do have a lot of sort of grayscale night vision ahead of you. You can see that this sewer system runs in 3 directions. It splits off to the left down a very small aqueduct, but there's no path down there. It's like a hole in the wall kind of thing. You could fit into it and squeeze down it, but you would be stepping into the piss and shit that is running off into the larger running water below. There's a pathway that leads ahead. A little further ahead, you can see that it opens up to a very large circular kind of bowl that the water seems to be running into. And you can see that the path turns to the right. You can also see that ahead of you, the road or the path and stuff starts to become broken and jagged. You hear, which is more important on this perception check, a horrible splashing noise coming from the area just in front of you. Around here, something is moving around in the water down there, or the water is caught on something, but it sounds like every now and then you hear kind of grind against something and then a splash, like a fish or something like that is in the water there. Other than that, honestly, even though it's a crit, you don't see or hear anything. It's insanely quiet. You don't hear anything from behind you, and you don't hear anything other than the dripping and running water here.
I take out my bow.
Yep.
and I'm gonna shoot in the distance to try to attract the sound away from me.
All right, give me just fire the bow.
24.
Crit.
And what the hell,
Those
dude?
are 2 crits in a row.
What are the
Just
odds?
saying.
Natural 20. Here's what
You
happens.
should be fighting. You should be fighting in the contest.
Here's what happens. Give me damage.
12.
12. You fire the bow ahead, and you're firing it into this water here or above it?
Let me see. Yeah, not into the water, above it. I want to attract the thing away from me.
Sure, yeah. You fire the arrow. It launches across the thing, and you hear it hit something that is not from here, but is further in. You see it go towards that bowl that you can just about make out. Then you hear a huge splash. The water then also like probably runs down here. Like you see like a wave of water that's running away from you, kind of like wave.
Do I see any blood?
No. The water then starts to run back away from you.
Okay. If I were to guess which way looks like it might lead to the surface fastest.
Give me a investigation check.
Okay. Why the fuck am I rolling so beautifully now?
It's
Fuck
amazing.
you. Fuck you, roll 20. I mean, I love you. Thank you.
Let
keep
me
me alive.
just give these
Would
two.
you prefer to be rolling bad right now?
No, God, no. No, of course not.
There's a
I
little
don't know why I said that.
token that you should be able to see now, you two. Can you see? Yeah. So you, oh, I just fucked it up. You look around and you see, you figure the best way to stick to this. The path that you're on is, like a man-made path. The bowl ahead of you is large, round, but it does look like pretty much what you want to do, and what you're looking at here is follow this path, any of these paths that are man-made, and eventually you'll get to a ladder. It's not really, there's not really much else I can give you. Heading down these things, it is not going to help you, but the path that you're on, you will, like, there's not going to be one ladder here. You just have to pick a direction and follow the path. There isn't anything that really tells you, there's no signs, there's no, like, you can't really track footprints and stuff because it's just disgusting shit covered in flooring. And you're most likely going to find a path.
Then, hugging the wall, and I'll move to the right.
Sure, yeah, you're heading down here.
Yeah. Fuck.
As you get to the end.
Yeah.
As you get to here. Roll me initiative.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Unfortunately.
Holy shit!
Unfortunately.
Hang on, I have to check my token. Hold on. Okay.
There is
The wrong way.
there is something in the water.
Okay.
Oh God! And you're how hurt are you?
14. Actually, my health was restored when I left the building, but I do have a bleeding finger, so.
A horrific creature.
Oh
As you
no!
get there, you see that there is a creature which is in the water below. It's laying down, and as you approach, it's kind of just every now and then it just jerks about, kind of thing. As soon as you kind of come into its line of sight, it jerks and spasms and jumps up, and you just see it kind of bring one of its horrible hands over and begin to crawl up and head towards you. It is covered in, it is just a set of skeleton bones, but it does still have some flesh on it. Some of the ligaments, some of its skin is still kind of attached to it. It's a little, but it's covered in just grime and filth. It's wearing the robes of an initiate to your order. the basic kind of crappy robes that you were given when you were in the jail. Let me adjust a roll. It's initiatives here. All right, you go first. I'm gonna not give you a full surprise round because you knew something was there. Yeah, you'd know. So it would kind of have had a surprise round on you, but because of your natural 20 perception, I'll give you it. So you can go first. What do you want to do? It's coming for you though. It's going to jump up and run at you, kind of thing.
Yep, I'm going to use my bonus action to do Kensei shot. Which I'll put in the chat there.
All right, so
it makes my ranged
Kensei
attacks
shot.
more powerful.
Use a bonus action to make your ranged attacks with a Kensei weapon more deadly. When you do so, any target you hit with a ranged attack using a Kensei weapon takes an extra 1d4 damage at the weapon's type. All right, give me an attack roll. Against Mr. Skeleton.
Come on!
Oh my god!
An 18 is
Let's
a hit.
go! You actually hit something!
Rolling really well.
7 on
Oh
the
my god, okay.
plus.
7, give me a d4.
Another
Yeah! 10 damage!
Nice, yeah. You fire the arrow straight at this thing, and like you see it just like it obliterates a lot of the like chest bones. It just it snaps through the chest bones. You see its left arm fall off, and it kind of stumbles one way. But it's just moving forwards as if you hadn't hit it, but it was hit by this perfect kind of obliterating shot. But it's still barely coming towards you. It's still your turn though, if you want to move or do anything.
Can I back up out of its range?
Yeah.
Yes.
Move
I
to where
back
you
up
want to
then.
move.
This way.
All right. He jumps up.
Can I move my full speed?
Yeah.
Can I move my full distance? Okay.
It is the drop into the water is only about 5 feet. For the record, just so you know how high up it is.
Yep.
This thing can move to here. It just starts stumbling forwards towards you. But it only gets to here. The light on the screen, by the way, guys, isn't that little thing that follows Link around in Zelda. It's just so that Whack and John can see. So don't expect me to be like, there's a pixie following you and it's going to save the day. It's not. There is no pixie going to save the day. Rin, what would you like to do now?
I'm going to shoot it again.
Give me that attack roll. God
Fucking
damn.
24.
Another natural
crit.
20.
What?
God
Rin!
damn. Can you go and buy a lottery ticket today, please, PB? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, you just boom, it explodes its skull. The thing falls over. Thing is dead.
That was the best battle ever.
You just obliterated it. It comes running towards you, and you just it falls into a pile of bones and a robe.
I heard the tournament starting and I want to see Drift compete.
Yes. Combat complete.
Thank God.
Oh wow, that was like, I was ready for a solid like half hour of fighting.
Jeez.
So you
No, I
can
have to-
move up to where you wanted to go now.
Okay. Okay. I don't want to just like keep. What is that? Is that a chest?
That is a chest at the end of this corridor. You notice that there's no ladder here. There is one of these huge kind of bowls that leads into kind of like it just looks like a bottomless pit.
That's the sluice gates from Final Fantasy 12.
It is literally the sluice gates from Final Fantasy 12 right now. And as always, you're playing a JRPG, so if there's not a fucking chest at the end of a corridor, then fuck you, video game maker, whoever you are, who doesn't do that. You head down towards this chest, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. There's just a chest sitting there.
Does it require a key?
It doesn't look like it does. It just looks like an old abandoned box that's been left behind. Nothing
open it.
on it, marking it. Roll me a d20 as you open the box, please.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, what?
Can you roll me a d20, please?
Yep. Fuck me up. 8.
Wow. Inside the box, roll me a d6, a d10, and a d12.
Sorry, you said D6, D10, and D12?
Yes, please. One of each.
Uh-oh.
1, a 7.
And a 5.
There is scraps of like an old set of parchments that just look like they're nothing. They're eroded away and damp and ruined. There's some rotten wood in the bottom. There's what looks like a pair of old boots, like ancient, again covered in just grime and mold. However, underneath all these things, you are able to find 1 gold, 7 silver, and 5 copper pieces.
One more time. Sorry.
1 gold,
1 gold.
7 silver, 5 copper.
Thank you.
Nothing else. There is, however,
cut to us with 240 gold raining down.
I'm bleeding, holding my arms.
From the first win.
there is, however, a horrible sucking sound that comes from behind you.
No!
And then a terrible hissing noise. As you turn around, there is a fucking giant snake behind you. Please roll me some initiative, Rin. As a snake crawls up and just looks, it turns its head, a giant set of whatever it's horrible, a little tongue hisses out, and it opens its mouth to reveal a large set of fangs. 11 from Rin, and the
I
very
hate that you're alone too. I hate that.
snake. It's horrific, and I am sorry. I don't normally do it. 16. The snake is gonna go first.
Fuck.
Sorry.
It's fine.
The snake suddenly bares its fangs to you and hisses. It launches itself towards you and attempts to bite you. Where is my motherfucking snake? Blap. 14. What is your
15.
AC?
Suck it.
Yeah, it just and you jump backwards just enough, and it this huge snake now kind of has you pinned in. It will be about like here. It is crushing, like it is in the edge of this kind of hallway. You're in a dead end. There's a box behind you, and the snake is just moving towards you, slithering down the corridor here. That is the end of its turn and brings us to you.
Okay. And I can't back up any further to use my bow.
You can, but it will have an attack of opportunity on you if you try. It's up to you. Or you have maybe got some.
Nope, I'm gonna use my
luck
key
bullshit.
point
Yeah, you
to
can
disengage. Yep, I'm gonna do that.
Yep. You
Yep.
disengage and you can move freely to wherever you want behind you. You can't step through the snake.
Yep. I'm just gonna back up far enough to be able to use my bow. I'm gonna use my bonus action now to do the way of the Kensei.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I'm gonna attack with my bow.
Oh yeah. Wait. Did you not use your bonus action to use a step of the wind? What does that come under?
Oh yeah. I think it's an action actually, but let me double check. So that means I can't do anything right now.
Definitely not an action for step.
Let me look.
I can't imagine it's an
It's
action.
a bonus action. It's a bonus action.
All
So
right.
okay, that's fine. I'll just hit with my bow regularly.
Alright. Give me the attack roll.
Come on, you got this, Rin.
15.
15 is a hit.
Yes. Let's go!
Fucking kill me. 9.
9. Yeah, you
great.
fire an arrow straight into its mouth. Just it kind of pierces, like it sits in the back. It snaps its jaws and breaks the arrow. But you see that there's a horrible wound in the side of its face. As you deal 9 piercing damage to it. However, it is still coming at you. You want to do anything else?
No, it has disadvantage on me now, right? Because I moved away. I disengaged.
It doesn't have disadvantage on you. No, you
No?
just
Okay.
when you disengage, you don't have to take an opportunity attack when you move out of its threat range.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Okay. The creature is going to launch itself at you. It slithers much faster than you would expect. Bursts through the side of that box. Its head comes around behind you and begins to slowly try and constrict you as it moves itself around you. Black.
Can I agile parry? Oh, okay. That'll work. That's fine. So basically,
Tell me the
oh no,
agile
I didn't
parry.
make an unarmed strike. It's fine. He didn't hit me anyway, I don't think.
A 15 is your AC. What is your AC?
Yep, 15.
That means it does hit you. Makes it
Yeah.
break it.
Yeah, makes it break it.
Fuck.
So, what is an agile parry?
I didn't make it
Oh, when you make it, I remember it,
unarmed
yeah.
strike. Yeah, so it doesn't count.
So you need to make me strength check. I think.
good
Hang on.
luck.
Yeah, strength or an acrobatics check.
Okay, we will do acrobatics.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Natural 1. You very much fail and you are constricted. For some reason, this is not rolling the damage, but I can roll it here. It is. You take,
There's my poor roll.
all right. You also take this much bludgeoning damage from being crushed. 9.
Fuck.
The constrictor snake moves around you and it crushes you, and it has now got you kind of grappled.
Okay.
It brings its head comes up slowly in front of you and opens its mouth again. But it is your turn. You
Oh
are
my
grappled.
god!
Just right. I feel
So
like
I
there
would
is some,
like to get out of that.
There's some fucking side swipes here, by the way. As we side swipe
Yeah.
to Drift being crushed underwater right now, we side swipe back to you being crushed by a snake as it opens its mouth. What do you want to do?
The
Do
feels.
it.
The feels. I have to spend this action breaking out of the grapple, right?
You don't have to. You can actually attack, I think, in a grapple. A grapple creature, speed becomes 0.
That's what I did.
And incapacitated, and that's it. You're just incapacitated.
Do I have disadvantage to this attack?
I don't know. I don't think you do. Does she whack? I don't think you do. I feel like you
No,
just.
it's just a standard attack.
I think
Then
it's-
fuck yeah, I'm gonna attack him.
Grapple.
It's
does
just
the
stopping you
restrain-
from
like restrains you.
moving.
Yeah. Then yes, I attack this fucker with my
Alright.
fist.
Okay. Give me the attack roll.
13.
is a hit.
Whoa!
4.
No armor.
How do you want to kill it?
Oh my fucking!
Guess how
Why
much
would you do
HP
that?
it's got? 4.
What?
It's got 4 HP.
Okay, perfect.
Brett,
I'm
why?
gonna
Why is this thing so big?
flashback to when I
Because
punched
she went
through
to
the
the-
fucking mouth of that saber tooth. I'm gonna do the same thing right now. I'm just gonna fucking punch right through its mouth.
Oh my god,
Ah!
Bam!
I was literally messaging Whack. I'm like, is she gonna die? Is she
Wax
gonna
like,
die?
yeah, she fucking did.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Yeah, you just bring the thing back. It just and you just bang cold clock it in the middle of the mouth again.
thank
You see
God.
the thing just it kind of chokes on its own tongue and it falls loose and rolls out and just its head backwards around you and just
I fucking kick it into the sewer water, the shitty
kick it
sewer
into
water.
the shitty sewer
Yeah.
water. It slides
Kinda-
down.
yeah, I do.
This thing is like one of those like a funnel kind of thing, and it slides down into the hole in the center that seems to go
Oh
off
my
to.
God.
What
who
happens
knows
to it?
where.
Does it keep going?
It just
or does it
slides
stop?
down and then disappears into
Into nothing. Okay, so that
nothing.
goes down for a while. Okay, cool. I won't try to cross that then.
Yes, you have defeated the snake.
Wow.
Hell
Oh
yeah!
my god.
Hell, what was your health at? What was your health at? I know
My
you-
health right now, I mean, I'm not out of the woods yet. My health is at 9.
Fuck, one more of those hits.
All right.
Okay.
Where would you like to go next? Feel free to
my
move your
God.
token around, and
Okay,
I'll tell you if you do anything, or if anything happens, or whatever.
Fuck. Yeah, I guess I go back this way.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Back to the crossroads.
Yes.
There's a very large bowl to your right as you step out. The same thing as what was behind you that the snake slid into, but very much larger. And ahead of you is a smaller little kind of aqueduct that runs off, almost like a sewer version of a vent. It's not. It's like off. It's raised a little. It looks like it's coming down as well, allowing some water to fall out. Every now and then something else in the water falls and plops into the water below.
God. How far is this space? Is it jumping distance? Can I try to jump this?
It's pretty far. It's actually only 10 feet that you can jump across. What is the jump roll? Do you remember off the top of your head, Whack? It's nice having another DM here.
I want to say it's based on your strength modifier.
Your long jump, I think.
Fucking done.
Your long jump, when you make a long jump, it is a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet before the jump, when you make a running jump, you can... Wait, what? You can only make half? What the fuck? I'm sure you can do more when you do a long jump. Oh no, it is just your strength score in feet.
Cool. How far is the jump? You said 10 feet?
Yeah, if you want to jump further, you can make me an athletics check.
I would like to try that because my strength score is 10. Would that mean that I make it?
Oh, that means you can just jump 10 feet.
Okay, perfect. Fuck yeah. Then I'll do that. Do I have to jump over that though?
You can move over that freely. Yeah, it is a jump, but you automatically will always make it. Unless something crazy happens. Yeah, so you just jump over this like pissy, shitty water. And
oh my God,
you see that the side of the wall where you are has crumbled down. You can still squeeze past it.
Okay.
But something happened to the wall here to have it crumble down, and as you step past...
Yeah, I shot it, right?
Maybe.
Oh God, oh God, oh God! Fuck. Something jumping out at me.
Not yet.
Oh God. Okay. Okay, what do I see now? Do I see a fucking ladder?
Give me a perception check.
Jesus. This is so intense.
Natural 1.
A natural 1 means you don't see anything, but you do hear a voice from behind you. The voice of our old friend, or your new friend, Kid Ear Night Sky, echoes down the alleyway, and he says, down the sewer, and he says, Rin, you've yet to meet all of our members here in Roseguard, but please do be careful of our oldest surviving member, Sister Parl. And from the center of this bowl, you see a tentacle rise up.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
And then disappear back into the water very slowly.
Okay, so I would like to leave. I'm going to jump across here. I'm gonna go back this way.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna jump across this way, and I'm gonna take that fucking side panel, even though it's probably a really bad idea.
Okay. You're gonna step into the pissy shitty water.
Yep. Fucking right in. Hello, let's go.
And head into this small tunnel. So you step into it. You start moving through. Feel free to move your token forward. Let me just roll a dice.
Fuck off.
Please fail the dice.
All right. As you get to here, there is a terrible.
Stop!
Ahead of you, around the corner, something spies you. A skeleton, wearing those familiar robes again, steps around the corner. It's holding like a pirate's cutlass in one hand. It's missing an arm, and it's dragging a foot behind it, and it sees you and behind you, from around this corner, you hear
oh my God!
as another skeleton hears you step out. This one is wearing sort of like peasant's tunic. It doesn't look like it's wearing those robes again. It's holding in two hands a long kind of lance, like an old-looking lance, but it's holding it backwards, the blunt end kind of pointing forward as it kind of looks around. This one doesn't seem to have seen you. Please roll me some initiatives, young Rin, and skeletons. Thank you, skeletons, for more initiatives.
Holy fuck.
Also, I'm sorry, I will say for the record, I've rolled really well for these skeletons.
Just fucking get out of there.
It's another natural 1 for Rin, by the way.
No
On
way.
initiative?
She rolled than that. What the hell, dude? Alright, 2 skeletons here. Let me just roll them there. We have a 7 on the one that sees you, which is good, and a 16 on the one that doesn't, which might not be very
Oh,
good.
this sucks.
The skeleton that doesn't see you, I'm going to make him do a perception check. He is standing there doing fuck all, as if he stands there all day. The skeleton that does see you is suddenly starts moving towards you with his cutlass in his hand. He can get to you, and he is going to swing at you with his little cutlass. It says short sword. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. That is a 9. What is your AC?
15.
It comes in, and you just block it with the longbow and stumble backwards as it at the noise. The other one stands still. Wow. All right. Maybe I'm not rolling well. 2 4s. All right. Rin, it is your turn.
Fucking run! I'm gonna use the key point, and I'm gonna fucking disengage.
Yep.
Going.
All right.
Where?
Disengage,
This
which
way.
means you can move up to your movement now.
Okay,
whichever
hold
way
on,
you want.
hold on. I gotta be specific about this.
5.
Which is. Brad, can you look up my sheet? Was it 35 or 40 feet?
It's in the top. Let me look. Rin, you are 40 speed 40 because you're a monk, I think,
Yep.
and an elf.
Okay. Cool.
Monk plus elf.
Can't you do 40 twice?
No, because she used a bonus action.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh my god,
Rin.
please be at the end of this.
You look down the corridor. As far as you can see, there is no ladder down this corridor, but
Oh my god!
you can't see all the way down the corridor, however. You can
I'm
only
gonna
see
keep
as far
going.
as you can see. I think your sheet, your token is set up correctly, so what you can see is what you can see. No, it isn't. Wait,
She gets dark vision.
you have dark vision.
I do.
Bam!
Oh!
You
Do I
can-
see an exit?
You see a turn right ahead of you.
Okay, yeah, I'm going. I'm fucking booking it.
All right, end of your turn though. The skeleton that doesn't see you. Does he see you now? Yes.
No!
Of course he does.
No! He shouldn't!
Can he jump over here? Let's see. I guess to there. No, he can't. Well, he can run up to you. He runs up to you here. But he can't do anything. He just kind of dragging this lance along behind him. The other one is not gonna be able to catch you either. Luckily for you, you're a fucking fast monk elf, so this is actually good for you. He also runs up to you actually because he's using his movement to move.
Full movement.
His full movement and the thing. So, but it's not enough. It's your turn.
Please.
Fucking dash. Dash.
All
Dash.
right, then you have 80 feet.
2 attacks.
Fuck
of
yeah.
opportunity.
No, because they weren't within range, were they?
They are now.
They are now.
Fuck.
Do I dodge or dash? Dodge then. Fuck.
All right, so you can disengage and run 40 feet.
Yeah, dodge gives them disadvantage on their attack.
Yeah, I assume you mean.
allows you to get away without an attack. of opportunity.
Sorry, disengage, yes.
I know what you mean.
40, okay.
I will intuit
Oh,
your
Jesus, I
moves.
grabbed the light by mistake.
That's
okay.
cool. You run up here,
God!
and you still do not see an exit. You see a turn to the right, and it also continues up ahead of you, bringing us to the skeletons, who I think probably will do the same fucking thing, since they can move 60 feet, I guess. They can both run up behind you again. They're just chasing you. You're being chased.
Oh, this is such a scene.
yeah.
2 skeletons.
You're just being chased down this dingy, dark, fucking. Well, it's pitch black. You can just see through fucking night vision. Your turn though, Rin. What do you want to do? They're behind you again.
I'm still running.
Okay.
I'm gonna fucking run.
All right. You
and
running straight
then I'm
ahead? Or
fucked.
turning right?
How many feet? Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
Go to the middle first, yeah.
I'll use another one. Fuck. And I'm gonna go straight ahead across, and I'm gonna jump.
Okay.
Please, please.
Ahead
Where are
of you,
we? 40 feet. Okay, yeah.
you run. You pass
Yeah.
another side thing, and ahead of you, you see a ladder.
Yes!
Oh my god.
So wait, I'm just curious. You're using Step of the Wind right there?
Yeah.
that's a bonus action. You still get to dash. You can still double move.
Fuck yes. I would like to do that. I've been using my bonus action this whole time.
I thought you were using your actual.
Motherfucker.
You've been using key points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't. Basically. Basically, you haven't.
You basically haven't been.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
might as well just take them back.
Okay.
But you can use one now and get to the ladder if you want.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
fuck it.
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Yes. Yes.
All right, run to the ladder.
Okay. I'm running to the ladder, like Tom Cruise style, you know.
Don't
okay. I'm
die.
going. I've hit the ladder. I go up the ladder.
Yeah, you're running up the ladder. There's the sound of skeletons. You get to the top of the ladder and there's a manhole cover. Just like a modern day looking man, but it's got a fucking big piece of fucking metal in a circle. Give me an athletics check to try and move it.
Oh my god! Oh my god, I thought it was over!
I just want you all to know I have a 10 strength. So. Oh,
That's a
Yes!
on her athletics check.
18.
An 18. You
oh my god.
push as you get to the top of this ladder and you just. It is fucking heavy. It's just a solid
my
piece of
God.
iron. You shift it and a
Blood
shaft,
gushing from my pinky. Jesus.
a shaft of daylight kind of just blinds you for a second and then you push it out. The light is blinding as you crawl out of this manhole cover. And that is where we end the session today.
What a session!
Oh my god.
You just fought two. Wow. You just killed two creatures.
Congratulations, you guys. Rin,
Unreal.
you made it out. Drift, you won round 1.
I
made
don't
it
even
to
know how.
round 2. That brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you very much for playing.
Fucking best episode ever. Sorry, that was so cool.
God damn. Thank you so much, players. We'll be back next week with Tiger Rider 19 enters the fight.
I wish.
Well, he is stated on all of the official documentation that's floating around town. It does say 19 is the fighter. Or did I not show this? Melee contest.
You didn't show that.
Knockout. This thing, which is in the Discord as well to look at. I don't know if I can actually show it properly. Yeah, whatever. 19.
Yeah, join the Discord for secrets.
It's 19 versus Walter the Red in round 2. Owen of the Snow versus Ward the Tower in round 3. Muriel the Silence versus Godfrey the Gladiator.
Oh,
so the winner between 19 and Walter the Red will face Drift in the actual second round. Until next week, we will bid you adieu with a set of shout outs. Make sure you go and see these wonderful people during the week on their natural habitats, which isn't a sewer. That's my stream. It is although John, I'd say your stream is a bit like a Colosseum.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd say it's pretty similar. So it's a bit like your natural habitat. Let's start with you, John. Where can people find you in the week? Where is your Colosseum?
Yeah, the Colosseum's on Twitch at John Sandman or YouTube, John Sandman TV. Guys, that was just. I mean, I'm legitimately exhausted.
Yeah, same.
I'm exhausted.
I haven't had dinner yet, but I'm just like.
I'm gonna make it short. Thank you for watching. I love you. Definitely. You know what? If you're gonna do me any favor, make sure to subscribe to this channel and make sure to check out the Patreon because what they're doing here, I'm telling you, check this channel out in like a year. It's gonna be fucking nuts. Like it's already nuts, but like where it's going is so cool. I'm proud to say I'm part of a show on here. So I love you guys.
That was so sweet.
Love you guys.
That is gonna make me cry. I'm gonna cry right now.
Careful.
I'm gonna cry.
I might laugh at you.
Oh God, don't. I do. It makes me laugh. I don't know why. People crying makes me laugh.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you.
It's really weird. It's really weird. I know.
It's fucked up.
Someone who does cry a lot. Pumpkinberry. Where can people find you?
You guys can find me on twitch.tv/pumpkinberry or Twitter at the same handle. You can also. Oh no!
No.
Friday's show is over. But go watch Stygian Gate. I GM'd that show.
Yes.
Go do it. Go
and
do
watch
it.
that. It's on our VODs.
We're doing a special wrap-up show for Identity Crisis this week.
Yes, that's
you
right.
are?
This Friday we are doing a panel where you guys can ask us questions about our characters. So come do it.
Cool.
Come do it.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. That is Pumpkinberry. I think my brain's dead as well here. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
man,
dead.
that one
I'm
was
done.
so
I'm
intense.
like let
I'm
go.
gonna
You know, like you have like an
take a
elastic.
nap.
It feels like an elastic band being stretched.
Done.
And like
Yeah.
as soon as I'm like, that's the end of the stream, and we're still not off stream, my brain is like, Wax Steven, the man whose elastic band brain never snaps.
That's super inaccurate. My brain snaps on a regular basis. Yes, normally I'm the DM or GM of Doom here on the channel. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with us, chat. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being excited with us. Thank you for just hanging out. Thank you for fan art. Thank you for fan fiction. Still waiting on that Drift and Eero fan fiction.
Please make it happen. I will read it aloud.
Still waiting on that one. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's much appreciated. There's just so much stuff going on right now. I'm working ridiculously hard on stuff for Crash City, our newly announced
Hell yeah.
show. It will be premiering this Saturday. We're going to be jumping right into things, so I hope to see you guys there. It's cyberpunk, and if you're trying to sort of visualize what it's going to be like, think Mad Max meets mega corporations meets Borderlands. It's going to be super hype, and Peachy's soundtrack is just fucking ridiculous. You're gonna, if you don't like get up and like slam dance during the show, you're just gonna have too much energy. It's just
Absolutely
it's
Peachy's wheelhouse, isn't he? In his element
Yes.
with those sorts of soundtracks. It's so good. Nice. Crash City. This
Crash City.
weekend.
Sorry.
Brand new show,
City.
episode 1. So if you want to get in on episode 1 of something, this Saturday is the time to do it. If you want more Darkfire, we'll be back same time next week, 5 EST. There was a grand total of 5 chests down there, by the way, and there were some fucking insane items in them, but you had to kind of
Damn
roll.
it.
But there was also 3
9.
of those constrictor snakes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skeletons, and
Oh my
and
god.
a Kraken.
and a
You
kraken.
wanted her dead.
I think I made the right choice, to be honest.
No,
Also, I don't
it's
care about
just-
that. I'm
it's
trying to
all
make it to
random.
Drift. They
It's
told me
all-
that
yeah.
they told me the show had started.
Correct.
I don't
yeah.
wanna miss
It's
it.
running in like 24 real time, like doot, 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 doot. So like as you're running along, like Drift is like kicking the fucking dude into the
I
water as you were
know.
like
I love
breaking
that.
free of the light.
I love
so
it.
we'll see if you get there in time to catch the next round next time. Let's hope nothing happens to you on the way. It's almost like you
Yeah.
might be out of the front. You don't know where you are in the city. Are you even in the city? Who knows? Find out
Jesus.
next time.
Climbs
on-
out into the arena.
Yeah, climbs
Yeah,
out into
right?
the
Oh my
Climbs
god.
out
Could
into
you
the-
imagine? Jesus.
And our next fighter, 19.
I was here,
Hey,
Jeff.
hey, everybody, it's me.
That was so fun.
He pushes Walter off of the grate, like.
Oh, fuck Walter, man. Like, I thought he was kind of cool, but it's all gone now. It's all gone. Fuck you, Walter.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll
Fuck him up,
see
Drift.
next time. Well, Walter's got to make it through his fight, yeah, and we'll see that next time. I will give you a little. I'll let you see. I'm not gonna fucking sit and fight them out though. You know, I am in the week.
Yeah, some RNG shit.
In my downtime, I'm gonna sit and roll all the fights. I'm not. I'll see you next
No,
time.
you're not.
Are you kidding me? That was like one of the most exciting episodes we've had. I would sit with popcorn and watch another fight. I would do that
Walter-
again in a heartbeat.
Walter versus 19 next week. You'll see what that is next time. What do you think
Yeah.
it is? Let us know in the Discord, the Darkfire Discord. It's a good Discord. It's a fire Discord, you could say. All right,
It
I'm gonna
is.
shut up now because John's desperate for me to
Peace
shut the
out,
fuck up. today.
homies.
Bye, everybody. See you next
Whack
week.
out.
Bye. Whack out.
Whack out.